Welcome to the Flip Side, episode 15, the great 1-5. I'm here with my friend Bob, the legend Buys. How you doing, Bob? Welcome to the Flip Side.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I am chuffed that you're here. Chuffed? Chuffed?
Chuffed. Chuffed.
Chuffed. I am
Chuffed.
chuffed that you
Yep.
have made space in your busy schedule for someone like me. I do appreciate it.
If you're wondering why he used that word, it's because I said that the first time he asked me and he
Yes.
couldn't figure out what that meant. It's a
No,
British slang term. It's a British term.
yeah. That was like 2 years ago now, maybe. I don't remember. That was a
3
long
years
time
ago.
ago. 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I know you for that long. Sheesh.
Yep.
Sheesh. Yeah.
You've
Well,
out you've outgrown me though, so it's okay.
I've been chuffed this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very chuffy 3 years. If that's the, I don't know if you could use that as an adjective, but I just did. So we're
We're
gonna
gonna make
roll
it a
with it.
thing.
Yeah.
If anybody can make it a thing, you can.
I'm really good at making up words. Is what I have learned with
Oh,
my vlogs. Is that like uh defawing or something. That was my big one when I don't know if the meat is unfrosting or
thawing.
whatever. Yeah, thawing. I just wrote defawing. That's what I say. And they're like, that's not it.
But
That's not the word.
I mean, to be fair, that would still work. It's just you're making it extra. So it's like irregardless instead of regardless.
Oh yeah.
So you're and that eventually now is technically a word because so many people have used it. So if you can
Wait,
get enough people to
irregardless wasn't a word before.
no, the correct way
Oh
to say is regardless, but irregardless became such a
yeah,
thing. I mean, that's how new words are made.
that's
Actually, is
true.
that it
That's
becomes
true.
a normal thing, like now with Gen Z and Riz is now a word.
Riz.
Yeah, Rizz. For
Yeah. See, I'm.
charisma, it's the shortened form for charisma. So they got the Riz, means they got the charisma to
See,
do
I'm not up to
something.
date with the Gen Z terms. I gotta get you to keep me up to date. So people use so when somebody has charisma, they got the Riz.
Yep.
Good, good to know. I'm gonna use that from now on.
You're
I'm gonna
not on
get it.
TikTok, are you?
I am not.
Okay,
I
okay,
am
that
not on
makes sense
TikTok.
then why you don't know that.
I keep. I am on Threads. So all the cool kids are on Threads now. Is that where all the cool kids hang out?
I mean, I joined Threads.
I
I'm
know.
not really on Threads. I
I
haven't really
followed
looked there.
you, and you haven't threaded one thing. There's been no threads from you. Zero
Because
threads.
there has been zero threads because I was just like, all right, I just want to make sure I get my name and stuff on there. But I didn't realize when I had initially signed up that it's intrinsically linked to your Instagram account. So there's
Yes.
no way no one else could get my name anyway because you have to have Instagram in order to have threads. And so I
Which
signed
I
up
think
early for no
is
reason.
smart. I think it's actually really smart. So no one can try to be you, right? So,
Well, as long as you don't get your account hacked, yeah.
oh well, that's
Because
that is a
how
thing.
many people have lost their Instagram accounts in our community because they've been hacked?
Too many, too many
Yeah.
people getting links to I don't know, like videos that they should be clicking on or something. I don't know how does one get it as account hacked even. So I don't even know.
I mean, if you use common passwords, that's one of the things that you could do. If you look at suspicious sites, or there's lots of different ways to do
Uh,
it.
so my password is I love Bob Buy's feet. I should change that. Is that too common?
Did you just say feet?
Yeah, that's it's not your everybody's password these days. Everyone's all
No.
about feet.
That was so out of left field, dude. I'm sorry.
Everyone's talking about feet now. You don't know about this? That's everyone talks about.
No, no, I know. That's why I normally try to put socks on when I'm in a video because there are
I
people.
I have to delete the comments from my vlogs
Are you
that
serious?
that mention that. Yeah.
Oh no, wait. I can't tell if you're being serious
I'm
sometimes
being
because
100% serious.
do you really
It
have to
happens.
delete feet comments because you wear flip flops now? But you wear Crocs
Well,
normally.
in my house, I have no Crocs at all. It's just bare feet, and then
You put away them grippers.
people like leave timestamps at 9:09. Toes are showing and stuff like that.
Are you serious?
As a comment, yes.
I thought that was more common with women creators. I did not
Oh
realize.
no, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I cannot believe that. I can't. I
Yes.
really. Are you being for real with me? Because you do sarcastic jokes a lot.
I would have told you it was a joke by now. I don't think I
Okay.
would have. I would have let you
Okay.
off for that
That's
long.
just so shocking to me. I cannot believe
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, that's why I do that. Is normally when I'm in the house, I also am bare feet because I'm bare
Like a
feet most.
normal human being. Yes.
Right. So I mentally will put socks on if I'm like, oh shoot, this shot's gonna have my feet in it. I'm gonna.
Oh wow. See, I don't. Sometimes when I'm editing and I'm like, oh, okay, this is too much feet exposure, I would like crop it out and just put like a random part of it or something. But I really like I don't have that like fetish or whatever, so I never like realized it's a big thing until I started putting this stuff out. But I guess people like it.
But you're also a dude, so you're not subjected to that since like you're a small person. So
Yes.
you don't really have to think about protecting yourself in that way. But wow,
Yeah.
there's also people that do like sneezes too. Like
A
if you
what?
sneeze or cough, there were
Really?
timestamps for that too. Yeah. I remember
Oh,
like I'm just thinking about like the 2016 when I remember somebody made a compilation of certain Twitch streamers where they're doing a compilation of like them sneezing. There's what is it? Is it Rule 49 or 39 or something where there
I
is
don't know anything
content
about
for
rules.
everyone?
Oh well, yeah, that is true. There's
I feel
enough
like
people out there that there's something that they all enjoy. That's
this
a
has
little odd.
nothing to do with reselling. I'm so sorry. We
Oh,
went off on the most untoward tangent
have you
right
not
off at
listened
the
to this
beginning.
show? There's nothing to usually. It's about 10% reselling of the show. Besides, I had one episode with Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Cell. And no matter what I try to bring him talk about something else, he's like, nope, we're back to reselling. We're back to reselling. We're back to reselling. That's all you could think about. So that one was very reselling heavy. Everything else, we
Lindsay
just talk about
agrees.
everything.
Okay.
We talk about you. We can talk about your new car
Shh. No, I haven't put a video out yet. Wait, when is this going to come out?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Well,
We
shoot, you're
could
going to make me work today. Darn. I'm going to have to go
well,
and do that.
I could edit that part out. We
No,
have
no, it's okay.
timestamps.
No, it's okay.
You
That just
sure?
means that I have to release the video today so that way I can get ahead of it. So
Oh
I feel
man, I'm
like
gonna
I've
make you
dog
do
paddled there.
well. You better release it today. Now I'm just gonna go and click and find out about your car.
I'm so
The-
excited, dude. I'm so excited and terrified at the same time.
I love the transition on Instagram when you go like tap to like
Yeah,
upgrade or
well, I took
whatever.
that from Amber because Amber does that
Uh,
all the time. Amber and Courtney both
the
do that.
yeah the
It's
tap to
very
put away,
satisfying.
the
Yeah,
tap to yeah, this is very nice. I
yeah,
was like, whoa, that's an upgrade and a half. Holy moly!
yeah. I mean, I waited 2.5 years for it, so it was at the
That thing is
time I was working a
sexy.
nine to
I'm
five.
not gonna
It
lie,
is
that's a
very
sexy
sexy.
car.
It is very
I was
sexy.
it
Wait until
made
you
me
see
want
it.
one.
Well, I mean, you could get one. It just might take 2.5 years.
But 2.5 years. Wait
2.5 years.
in what's 2.5 years from now? 2015?
2025.
2025. Wow,
Yeah,
2015. Yeah.
2026. You went
Going
backwards, dude.
went back in time. Just
Yeah,
wait
no.
till you see me in 2015. I'll be driving that. I'll be driving that same car.
Did you even have a license in 2015?
No.
No.
Yeah, I did. It was 25. Like,
Eight
wait a
years,
minute.
8 years back. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. I didn't have a license in 2005. In
Okay.
2006, I had a license. So that's when I got it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a little scary. Like I was very so because I'm self-employed, right? So I was super
Oh, you
nervous.
are? I didn't really introduce you to anybody. I'm guessing
Oh,
people just know who
hi.
you are.
Hi, I'm Bob. Well, you said it's a conversation between
Yeah.
friends, so we're just like already jumping in. Hi, I also resell full time and I have my own channel as well.
Yeah. That's why she's here.
That's why I'm here. Okay. No, but see, being
She
self-employed,
has like 8 million channels too, not just one channel. But
no, I have 4 channels and 2 I upload on. So do the other 2 really count? I don't think they do. They don't count.
I guess. But you
I,
might upload on them any given time now. No, you just they're just
no,
waiting. No, okay.
no. Because I'm struggling just to maintain the book channel right now. I can't even imagine trying to do the other 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
But being self-employed, I remember working my 9 to 5, and when we started the business with him, have how hard it was to get financing for things. So going into it with that fear that I've
Yeah.
waited for this vehicle for 2.5 years, and oh my goodness, I'm self-employed. I'm not going to be able to get financing for this, because if you're really good at being self-employed, it looks like you don't make any money because you take every tax write-off possible.
It's this guy right
Yeah.
here.
So I was like, I may have screwed myself. And what ended up happening is, because I actually have a business, like an LLC, and because I've had an LLC for a while, like I just worked for my business and the financing went through fine instead of having to pull self-employment
Oh,
for 2 years. I
that's
also have a really
smart.
good credit score, so that helped too. So, but
How
having an
good?
LLC was a
We're
big deal.
talking about 800's good.
776.
Okay, very good. I've been slowly trying to get mine up. I'm in the 650s. I'm slowly trying to get up there. For,
You
for,
get
for
up
a
there.
while, I had no credit score because I was all like, I was a Dave Ramsey like follower, and I was like, no credit cards, they're bad, not good.
I mean, he is correct in that way, but not in American society. Excuse
Yeah,
me, American society. Like, you have to have credit in America to function, which,
I also learned there's like a personal and then there's like a business side to it. So like
mhm.
I had a warehouse and all these business expenses, and I learned that that doesn't count anything towards your personal credit, which I was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah,
So
not unless you're doing a personal guarantee, which some banks will make
yeah,
you do. So, mm, you didn't
yes.
learn.
So when I'm trying to like get a house or something, or even trying to rent for a house, people are like, you have no history. I'm like, I've been paying for this warehouse for 3 years. They're like, that's for your business. That's not for you. That's for Philly Flipper.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so if I want to like buy a warehouse, I'm allowed to, but I can't buy a house. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, is
It's
that what you're
crazy
having
how it
to deal with
works.
now? I wondered why when you moved down there, you rented instead of purchasing a house. That makes sense then.
Yeah, renting that. Also, I just wasn't sure if I would like it. I do like it a lot, so I'm gonna stay here. But yeah, that was a big part. Was no banks wanted to touch me, and
Really?
they thought I had shady money when I had money in my bank account and like almost no credit history. They're like, "Who are you? Where'd you come from?"
I mean, to be fair, I mean, there is a lot of shady businesses on, you know, eBay and stuff. Because I mean, we make jokes all the time that Black Diamond DVDs or VHS
Beanie
tapes,
beanie babies.
Beanie Babies, they're worth thousands of dollars. I mean, that's all just money laundering, so I can see where maybe they
Well,
would have that
yeah.
concern.
It
But
it's crazy that the most recent ones that I did I did for like mortgages and stuff, they look at my Google AdSense as stable income
yes,
and then my eBay as unstable.
yes,
Even though I make more on the eBay side, they were like, this looks like it's the stable money coming in every single month.
yeah,
This eBay stuff just fluctuates. I'm like,
yep,
oh, interesting. So there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, no, it's because it gets paid at the same time every month, so they're viewing that as your paycheck versus the eBay, because it's a varying quantity. They would do it
Yeah.
as like that's your side hustle. So that's
Even
crazy.
though it's a lot bigger, but they were like, this number is guaranteed on the 22nd every month. You get
Mhm.
there's something from Google there. This is like, boom.
Do you not have eBay set up as weekly payments?
No, I have daily.
That's why. That's why.
Um,
You
maybe I
need to
should do
set
weekly.
you should
Yeah.
set it up to do weekly payments at like the same day every week, because then it looks like a weekly paycheck.
Oh,
So
oh,
that's what you
maybe I
should
should do
do.
that.
Yeah, because what they're doing then at that point is, if they're seeing a daily deposit every day, they're gonna treat that the same way they would treat someone who waits tables or bartends that does tips and
Ah,
stuff. So,
that's a good
you need to
idea.
change that
Okay,
to a weekly in order to that way it looks like it's a weekly paycheck. And then at
that's
that point,
smart.
it'll trigger them to look at it, "Oh, this is a weekly paycheck," and then you also get a monthly paycheck, so that'll change it to stable income versus unstable income.
Smart move. Look at you already teaching me 14 minutes in. Sheesh. Okay. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
I'm about to
that's what I did in my that's why I
change
wanted to do
eBay
full
to
time.
weekly. I just put that in my notes. That's right there. Change eBay to weekly. It's happening.
I mean, that's why I decided to become self-employed was as I was tired of making other people money. I wanted to see if I could do it for myself or not. So,
How long are you into your journey now? I remember you made the video, but that seems like over a year ago now, right?
year and a half.
Yeah,
I've been able to do this for a year and a half.
and you're still killing it.
I'm trying. I need to do more. It's more of a struggle. To be honest, I thought that I was going to be further along in YouTube than I am where I am now. I thought that being able to do more videos and devote more time to it, that I would have more, but I don't. And I know that's because I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do the YouTube as an
You
income.
gotta make more
It's
clickbaity titles. You
I
gotta.
know you got to approach it a different way, but it's so I can't. Whenever I do that, I
You
have done it a
won't
few
believe
times.
this massive eBay sale,
I got to
and
have
then
it all
something.
in caps and whatever, and have the
Then you
little
just go like,
arrows pointing everywhere.
do like this as your thumbnail, and then just like dollar signs next to you. Psh,
That's so
clicks,
disingenuous for me
clicks.
though too. Like I've done whenever I have had an opportunity to do that to where it doesn't feel disingenuous to me, I will do that, but
Yeah,
otherwise I don't
I saw your literally shaking thumbnail when you were doing this. That
because
was a
that
good
was
thumbnail.
real. Like I
Ah.
was actually shaking when I did that. And
Yeah.
that did stuff for me, but or like,
Uh, d-
this is the brand no one's talking about or whatever, that kind of stuff. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, if it is a brand that literally I'm the only person that talks about it, then yes, I will put that in the thumbnail and title. And look, it did better than all my other videos. But otherwise, I'm not going to do that because
You
that
could probably
feels
do that in every
it.
video. You probably sell something unique in every video that there's a brand that no one talks about, and just make your spin. This is a brand no one talks about. Old Navy, and just talk about it, and say Old Navy sucks. There you go.
I don't think I could do that kind of self justification every single day. That would be exhausting. I mean, maybe if, it was doing what it was
Do you
supposed to do.
do you have a video of how to pronounce brands properly? You should do that. That'll be fun. The
Oh, have you
accurate way to
seen
pronounce brands. Yeah, because
the
you got
Adidas? No, just Adidas.
Adidas.
Just Adidas every single
Yeah,
video.
and then well, there's one I learned yesterday on Threads with
Teva?
Teva,
No, Teva.
Tehva,
Teva.
Tehva. Is how you're supposed to
Yeah,
pronounce it.
Teva.
I've been saying Tiva the whole time. I saw a
Everybody
pair of
has.
Tivas, so it's Teva, Teva,
Mhm.
Teva, Teva. Yeah, I didn't. I had no clue. I bet you there's
Apparently
like a
nobody did.
bunch. I bet you there's a bunch. Like, are we saying Chaco's right? Are we saying Merrill's right? I don't know.
I don't think as long as you're talking about them, most brands don't really care.
Hoka's? Are we saying that one right?
Well, no, remember that was a big deal when it was set instead of Hoka
1-1.
ones, it was like
Yeah, it
One.
was Ona. Yeah, or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, so we don't know anything.
I mean, they don't care as long as you're buying and selling their stuff. That
Eh, well,
they don't care.
apparently Teva cares enough to push a thread about it. So
I think they were just trying to get engagement, and whoever's their social
it
media
worked.
person was like, "That's going to get massive engagement," and they were
It
correct.
worked. I rethreaded it. Is that the right thing? I don't know.
Yes,
I rethreaded
rethreaded.
it. Rethreaded. I just put the thread right back in and just. That's
Oh,
what
I
I
was going
did.
to ask you, did they when was Facebook and Instagram supposed to stop paying their creators? Did that actually
Oh,
happen already?
mhm.
Okay, I didn't know, like I know they announced it and I didn't really pay attention because I've never been paid by them. So,
Yeah. The real bonus thing. Yeah.
yeah.
So pretty much when you stop seeing reels from me, that's when they stop. So,
Uh,
so what's the last time I made a reel? Is because I remember as soon as they stopped it, I stopped posting reels, which was back in holy moly, uh,
very long time ago
December
apparently.
20th, 2022.
Oh
So
wow, so
last,
they hard killed it. They were like, "We're
yeah,
done." At the end of the wow, okay.
yeah,
I did not know that.
2023 did they stop? Well, so Facebook still pays for content, but not for reels anymore. If you put in long form videos and stuff like that and
What's
get
the time
engagement,
limit for that? Is it like it has to be at least
no,
2
there's
minutes
no time
long?
limit. It's oh, It's for one watchable minute. So as long as somebody is watching your stuff for at least 1 minute, you start getting paid for it. After you have, I think it's 5,000 followers and like 10,000 minute hours or watch minutes, 10,000 watch minutes. So those eligible minutes, but those come easily. I'm still working on the followers part on Facebook,
Oh,
but
wait. So what are you doing? Are you just embedding your YouTube videos?
just copy and pasting. Yep, that's all it is.
Man, I should do that.
It's very easy if you think about it. It's like that's the school of Gary Vee is what I learned is like if you put out content on one thing and you can get paid for it on multiple platforms, why not just put the same content on multiple platforms and see what takes
Yeah,
off?
I'm just never on Facebook. I don't use it. So
Yeah.
I don't even really think about it.
I'm the same way. I'm rarely use it, but then I looked at my target audience on YouTube, and it's
Yeah.
very like Facebook heavy. So it's the same people, and then I
Yeah.
learned that it's a completely different. So like I've been posting my current videos on Facebook, and then I have a Rolodex of old videos from YouTube. I've been posting those, and a lot of the people that are watching those have never seen me on YouTube ever. So it's a
Right.
completely different market. So, like, I announced last week I was bringing back the support Ukraine T-shirts, and then I got all these comments on the Facebook. I was like, "Wow, you Ukrainian? I had no clue. Wow, that's crazy." And I sold more shirts on the video on Facebook than on the YouTube video because nobody knew
Really?
about it.
That's
Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah, it's crazy. So
Well,
it's
now you look, now
completely
I get to
different
write
audience.
notes. All right. Now I get to
Boom,
write
there we
notes.
go.
You be on Facebook.
Boom. It's a grind. It's like YouTube. It's a grind, you know. But
Yeah.
I know it's going to be. I know from personal experience from people that it's worth it. The
Well, I
like
mean, I've seen back end of several creators, like
yeah
not just here in reselling space, but like Twitch stuff. Like I understand how much money Facebook is willing to put out.
yeah
It's just that's because it's a
the
platform I never use.
yeah the
That's why.
compensation is pretty close to what YouTube pays you for views.
Yeah, the
I
CPM is good.
yeah I heard it's like 80% of what YouTube gives you, and YouTube pays pretty well. So I had Chris flip the world earlier, and he told me about another one, but then I forgot. I should have wrote it down. It was like Twitch, but it's 95% to the person instead of whatever Twitch gives you.
Oh, you're talking about Kick.
Kick. There we go.
Yeah.
Are you on Kick? Are
No.
you on moxiefinder.net?
No. I'm not on I will morally never be on Kick.
Oh, really? Is it
Yes.
is it bad morals?
Their poster child is I should say their main person, their figurehead or whatever is Aiden Ross, and he's a big Andrew Tate follower.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
then also the entire platform is supported by gambling money.
Oh, see,
Like
it's
I mean
I didn't
they've made
hear
it
any about
now
this
to
one.
where you can block the gambling content if
Oh
you
my
really just want to
goodness.
be on there
Moxie's
for
so cute.
she so needy. Um to where you could be like, okay, filtering out the gambling content, but it's currently mostly funded by casinos and gambling, and pushing that
So
out to the audience.
is that most of the content is like that kind of stuff, like blackjack, poker? Is that what Kick usually
It's
is?
a lot of slots stuff
Uh,
as well. Moxie's just going to be like, here, it's me. I don't remember the percentage. I know it's more than 50%. So Kick.
Kick streaming, live stream games. Okay, it's just some
That's
guy.
part of what their whole thing was, that Twitch kicked.
Who's Ice Poseidon?
Ooh, that's
Some
a rabbit
guys,
hole you don't want to go down either, my dude.
some
Ice
guys just
Poseidon is
chatting in Thailand. He has 13,000 views right now. What the heck?
Ice Poseidon has been on the internet for a very long time, and he has
Uh,
been a controversial person on the internet for a very long time.
yeah, you see, I'm not up to date with all these streamers and stuff. I have legit like
That
zero clue who
that's
they
just because
are.
you're not chronically all online. It's like,
Like if it's not like PewDiePie or Ninja or Tim the Tap Man or Nick Merckx is the only four that I know.
yeah, I know too much. I think we were watching Ridiculousness. Do you know what ridiculousness is?
Oh yeah, the MTV show. It's on 24/7.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We we were flipping through channels because we couldn't find anything, and then a clip of somebody came up, and I was like, "Oh wow, Tyler One is on ridiculousness. I wonder if they know that." And he's like, "How do you know who this random person is?"
Is he a streamer? Is
Yeah,
Tyler One a streamer?
he's a
Okay.
big streamer. And I was like, "That's why I know who it is." I mean, I don't like the dude, but I know who they are because I've been chronically online for my whole life.
Are you like big in the Twitch world? Like, do people know
No,
who Bob Buys is in Twitch
heroin
gaming
Bob.
sphere?
No,
Oh, hair. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that Bob Buys is the is your reselling persona.
yeah. I am Bob, and then it's heroin Bob, and then Bob does things. Is
And then
pretty much what it is. But no,
then
I mean, I'm
there's
partnered on Twitch.
is that hard to get? Is that hard to do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, so I would say you're a big deal then. I would say you
No, I'm not a
qualify.
big deal. In fact, it was funny because sometimes people come in chat and they'll be like, "How are you a partner? Like you're streaming to nobody."
Wow.
And I'm like,
There's
"I met the
hate people on Twitch
qualifications."
too. Dang, dang.
Well, I mean that happens like once every 6 months or whatever, but it's not a big deal. It is hard to get partnered on Twitch, but there's not really that much of a difference between getting partnered and being an affiliate, other than the fact you get the fancy check mark by your name, and some brands will only work with you if you are a partner. But it's not
Oh,
really
okay.
that much different. Like if you are making a killing just being an affiliate, like you don't really need to be a partner.
Yeah. Like I said, some of the people that I heard about, I go into like watch some of their streams and it's just like nonstop, like money trains and like subscriber trains and all this stuff. And people just drop what they call like subscriber bombs, right? When you buy subs for the channel or whatever.
Mhm.
And people do like 20 subs at a time, which is like $100, right? That's what it is. Like because
Yep.
the sub, yeah. And just like happens like it's happened so often. The guy's like, "Oh, thanks for the 20 bomb, appreciate it." And just and like there's no like excitement in the guy's voice. Like he's like used to getting it. And he was like, "Oh wow, okay, thanks for another 20, appreciate it." Anyways, back to uh what's the game I'm watching right now? The one where they keep going only going up. Is it only up? Only up? Only up?
I don't know. I don't know.
It,
Uh
it's a it's a game where like your goal is just to get to the top. Only up,
Getting
yeah,
Up?
only up. Only up.
Only Up?
So
I
so
don't know what
it's
that
it's
game
so
is.
it's like a game from like you're in Rio, Brazil, and you have to just jump on various platforms and you go up. And then the crazy part is that there's no checkpoints. So when you fall, you go all the way back down to the beginning.
Yeah.
And in this game, you go all the way up to like space. And there's one part called Rainbow Road where I only watched that for fails, where people get on Rainbow Road and it disappears. You think it's like a steady road, you jump on it and it disappears. And this is probably 90% the way down to the game. And once you jump on it, it takes you all the way down to the beginning. And people just rage the whole time when
Yeah, it
they're
sounds like
falling.
Getting Up, which is another game that's very similar
Yeah.
to that. That was really big a while, like a long time ago, like 5 or 6
It's,
years ago.
so I was watching Tim the Tatman play because he's really funny when he rages. And
Mhm.
like in about an hour that I was watching him, he probably made $5,000, $10,000 usually
Mhm.
just from donations and subs. I was like, holy moly, that money there is crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you are, it's just like anywhere else. Like if you are the top 1%, you are comfortable. You are more than comfortable. You are very, very comfortable.
Is Heroin Bob not in the top 1%?
No, no, they just recently changed their well, they said the quiet part out loud recently. They've changed the Twitch structure to where you have like VIP Twitch, which is 1%, and they have different tiers now. Before that was all in the back end, but now Moxie, seriously.
I love this. I love it.
But they've just made it public how they've always treated partners and affiliates. So it's like, okay, well, you can now work towards this upper echelon, and they've just made it more transparent as to how to get there, as to how to be a part of that. And
I
so
got you.
before that was just quiet back end stuff.
Hmm.
Hold on. Moxie, hold on. I want to bring that up so I can talk about that. Sorry, I just flashed your butt to everybody.
Uh oh. Okay. People write in the comments 2940 cat
Oh
butt.
God, please don't do that. They don't. They no, absolutely not. That's just no.
It's
I
just
can't
it's
believe
just
you took
bad.
it there. Okay, Twitch. There we go. Twitch partner tiers. There we. That's not helpful.
No, usually isn't.
There we go. New partner strains. All right. So when they took away the 70-30 split for the top 1%,
Mm-hmm.
like the top 1% of course got really upset because that's a large chunk of their money.
Well, yeah.
To go from getting a 70-30 split to a 50-50 split when you have like literally 100,000 subs, that's a huge amount of
Yeah.
money
Oh, yeah.
to
That's
not
a
get
lot.
anymore.
That's millions of dollars, I would guess, right? Probably.
It's hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
dollars, yes. So they've just now done the partner plus program to where you can get to the 70-30 split, but it's still throttled. Like you can only do the 70-30 split even if you get to that point, like the top tier of partners, for $100,000. Once you hit $100,000 that month, that's
Oh,
it.
it's back down to 50-50.
It's back down to 50-50, yeah.
Wow.
So they're like,
Some
hey,
people
we
can
gave
hit
you
that with
70-30, but
yeah, some people probably
only
get
for
there
this
within
amount of money.
yeah, like in a week, probably. So some of the big 1%ers, right? They probably get there very fast.
Yeah.
Shh. Is that why so many are going to YouTube now too? Or
Well,
you
yeah,
think?
that's
Or
honestly why. It's because so many people were like, no, I'm not going to do that. Also, you don't get a special contract unless you get to the top 2% of Twitch. So you could have the ability to stream multiple platforms. Like I know Ninja
uh-huh.
does the thing where he just streams everywhere. Twitch is really one of the only platforms that does exclusivity clauses. Like you can only stream on Twitch. You can't do
Which kind of makes sense. You would want that as a streaming platform, right? You don't want other people watching from somewhere else.
Yes and no. Like most platforms want you to stay on their platform,
Yeah.
but also being the only platform that has that exclusivity clause severely hurts you because of the fact that why would I stream on Twitch when I have to
Yeah.
sign this exclusivity clause when I could stream on YouTube and get a better split
And stream it on the platforms at the same time
and
as
stream on
YouTube,
other
right?
platforms
Yeah.
at the same time? Like if everybody did the exclusivity clause, then yeah, that's fine. But being the only one, it actually hurts them in the long run.
But
And they just haven't figured that out.
they still have the big market share, right? So they haven't realized that yet.
They currently have the biggest market share. That's also why. It's because the fact that they've been the top person in the streaming platform for such a long time, they've gotten complacent. And that's also
It,
why they've completely removed discoverability from their platform. They literally have told us like you can't get discovered
oh,
on Twitch.
wow. Well, that sucks.
Unless you are a top streamer on Twitch that you can get and have a manager that allows you to get front page time, there's no discoverability on Twitch.
Sheesh.
They're like, hey, if you want discoverability, you can now stream on mobile platforms. So, like, if you want to stream on TikTok at the same time as Twitch, that's acceptable. If you want to stream on Instagram the same time as Twitch, that's acceptable. But any of their direct competitors like Kick, Facebook Gaming, and YouTube, you can't because those aren't
That's
mobile
crazy.
platforms. But yeah, that's why they've made it so they've changed their editor to where now they do vertical clips as well. They've done a lot of embed to be able to share it.
Yeah, well, that's why you see so
Overweight.
many like Twitch clips on TikTok and Reels and stuff, just because of
Yeah.
that. It sounds like it's like the eBay of the the reselling platforms. They do so many things wrong, but they're the big honcho that doesn't really bother them, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of exactly what it is. I mean, they're coming up on their profitability. They're yes. The answer to that question is yes. They've been the top person in the space for so long that no one's been able to directly compete with them. Because I mean, Mixer tried to do it and they devoured Mixer. Facebook Gaming is starting to die out now, but
Mixer is the one that they were paying people like so much money to just stream on Mixer, right? That was that. Yeah.
Mixer is the one that started that exclusivity.
I think
So
they
I
paid
mean,
like Shroud or something, right? He was the big one, the big
Shroud,
name there. Yeah.
they did Shroud, they did a couple. I think Valkyrie did it too. I don't know. They had a couple of people where they were paying them like Mad Bank to come over,
Hmm.
and that started that exclusivity, those massive exclusivity contracts. So I
Yeah.
guess the top 2% should thank Mixer and Microsoft for making that a thing now, that they could make even more money.
Yep.
But Mixer died because they were putting all that money into those big contracts, and it wasn't, people weren't willing to cross over to different platforms. Like that is the really hard, if you get big on one platform, it is so hard to move your audience
Yeah. Sure.
because they're
Very true.
comfortable there, they want to stay there. So if you, it's very few people, even if they have those massive audience, have the engagement with their audience to get them to actually move to other platforms.
It's very accurate. Even with like YouTube and stuff, it's very accurate.
Yeah.
That's why, guys, like I said, I have my own bubble on YouTube, on Facebook, even like on Instagram. I noticed like if you do like a link to your YouTube video from Instagram, not many people click on it because they're like, nope, we're just here for
Mm-hmm.
stories and all this stuff. We're not here to watch YouTube videos. So it's,
Yeah.
you have to have your own people everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. But like you really only need a super engaged 10% and you'll be good for the rest of forever.
Very accurate.
That is very, isn't that a Gary Vee quote?
Probably. I seen it on Threads yesterday. So
Did you?
probably Gary Vee said it. I saw a post about it. Like if you have a strong 10% and you're gonna make it, and so
Yeah.
that's, I have a strong 10%. The
I
ten
think you
percent
have
of
a
you
very
guys that are
strong
watching,
10%.
appreciate you.
Well, I mean, wait, where are you at now with this channel?
I
As
don't
far
know.
as, are you at 1,000 yet?
No, I'm close.
Really? That's
I'm close
surprising.
to. I think I'm like close to 800 or something like that. I had a big bump when I put Dave on. Hope Dave's not watching, so he gets a big ego from it. But ADH Dave, I had him on when he quit. So he announced he quit his job on Friday, and the way our schedule
Ah,
lined up is that he came on my show the following day, and we're recording. The podcast came out the following day, so it was like a hot topic. Dave quit his job. He's doing full time reselling, and then
that's
he came on my
perfect.
show 2 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously I titled it "Quitting Your Job" and all that, so people can get the behind the scenes of what happened. So that gave me a lot of. Let's see, that Dave interview gave me 120 subscribers, which is a lot for this channel. I'm at 786 subs, but I know when I release yours and then your people follow, we'll be at 1,000. When all your people come over and all the Bob fans out there are gonna come over and give me over 1,000, right? That's gonna happen.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. No. Nobody wants to follow me. So I'm just kidding. I mean, like I'm very grateful for anybody who follows. Like I said, like I don't do the YouTube things that you're supposed to do.
I think you have a devoted following too,
I
though.
do,
'Cause
and
I
that's why I
see
don't
the
do
same
that.
people like in every comments, the same people comment and stuff, and they need their Bob fix for the day.
No,
So
but see, that's what I want. I want an engaged audience. I want to get to know
yeah,
everybody, and I understand that that's why I'm very slow to grow, is because of the fact that I'm not doing those things that I'm supposed to do, because I want it to be a genuine. I want it to be a genuine growth. I can't imagine what it would be like to have a video like you've gone viral a couple times. Like you have videos with
S-
more
s-
than
s-
500,000 views, right?
yeah, one,
You have one over
one.
500. You
I
have,
have
but you still have one.
I have one over 500. I have one over 400. I think. Yeah. So
Yeah. Like
th-
I
th-
don't have that.
those
I've
are
never
those. They're fun. That's a fun little ride to be on. I can't say it's not.
yeah, like but I don't make content that lends itself to do that. So I'm I'm never going to experience that, and I don't think I want to cuz I've had
To be honest, when I made them, I did not think they were viral videos.
I
One video
know,
was
but
about a chrome toaster, and it went viral. Like, who the heck cares about a chrome toaster that much? Apparently, people do.
yeah, no,
Sales were amazing. What's sold on eBay? That's a viral video right there.
no,
Boom.
it's not.
It adds. I like how you put the dollar sign on the ads.
I know. I changed that.
That's
I did it
creative.
regular, and then I was like, no, YouTube
Yeah,
likes
that's
it when you
nice.
put the dollar sign in. I
These
mean,
move fast for me. Goodwill haul.
oh, you're just doing that. Yeah, but like, okay, so
Epic
that
vintage vinyl haul. That's a
I
viral
changed that
video.
thumbnail. No, I changed, but you look at that video, it's the worst performing video on my channel.
Oh, because it's vinyl, and it's not what your channel's about.
But it's still reselling related. I know that's the only time I've ever picked up vinyl, and that's why,
Yeah.
but that haul was insane. Like it's so good. Like nobody finds stuff like that.
I had to
If that
change
was
my.
video games, if I found that quality
Oh
of
yeah,
video games, totally would have
yeah, for
way up
sure.
there. But because it's vinyl and because I never really talk about that kind of media on my channel, it's just but I have so many comments on that video. And that's what I don't understand. Like
Yeah.
people engaged the crap out of that video and it didn't go anywhere.
It's just YouTube knows that's not what your channel does.
I
It's
know.
crazy. Like, so I put out a video yesterday called Late Day Estate Sale was a dream, right? Yeah, I used the word estate sale because I went to an estate sale, and the first 3 hours the video was a 10 out of 10 because I did not put garage sale in the title. Even though
Mhm.
there was garage sales, I did last. So I switched it to Late Day Estate Sale was a dream plus lots of garage sales scores. Just put a garage sale in it. It's a 4 out of 10 now. It's just crazy how like YouTube's like, oh, it is a garage sale video. Okay, let's push it
Okay,
to the
fine.
masses now.
Bye. There we go. Here we go. Never mind. We're sorry. Here, you can have the views now.
It's like so stupid how it works. It's like it's
I know. I don't use those little things though that tell you like what you have authority in. The
uh,
YouTube buddy or whatever.
TubeBuddy. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
I
use that
use it.
stuff.
Yeah,
I know, but that's why you're doing so well. Is because you use stuff like that, and I
because I
don't
use
do that.
TubeBuddy. I feel like I don't know. I don't even know what advice to give you. I feel like you know what you're doing.
I know what I'm
Uh,
supposed to do. I can't do it in my soul. I can't do it.
oh, just soul, just don't do it. Speaking of things that hurt your soul,
Mhm.
so something I always wanted to ask you, but I guess I waited for now. How bad did it hurt when your computer like took a dump and all
I
the content was gone? Did you
I
think
f-
about
I
quitting?
you just literally said that and I felt I want to throw up.
Because I want to throw up for you when I saw your stories about it. I was like, I would like cry if that happened to me.
I
I
did.
guess tell the backstory so people don't know about what we're talking about here.
So I was doing the Thriftmas series and I had all the footage. Like I had all 24 stores. I just hadn't listed everything yet. So I had 4 videos that were like my Thriftmas series was doing so well. Like I was
Hmm.
having like really consistent growth on my channel. And that's why I was like, okay, well, I'm going to finish it and to make sure I actually have all 24 stores. And I had all the photo I had literally 3 hours before transferred all of the footage from my camera and my phone into my hard drive for
Oh
those 4
no!
videos. I went and did something else. I came back, done. It did a Windows update. It did a Windows update in the middle of me editing another video, and it completely crashed my hard drive. So because I had transferred everything earlier that day, it's gone. All of it was gone. Hours of footage gone. Plus, I had 3 other videos in the bank
Th-
on my
that
computer
were done
waiting to
right,
edit.
fully edited, like pretty much ready to go, pretty much right. The
Yeah,
three other videos,
the
yeah.
gone. Everything gone. I was
And
the thing is it's a new computer too. My partner, because my computer died the year before, and my partner bought me a brand new computer for Christmas. And so the computer is only a year old and the hard drive critically failed. The Windows update critically crashed that hard drive because there are actually 2 hard drives and I didn't know that. And I had been just saving everything on the hard drive that had Windows installed on it. So there are two hard drives that compute my computer. So if I had put all of my footage on the second hard drive that I didn't know was
You
there,
you would have been
it would have
fine.
been fine. But because I had put
Wow.
everything on the hard drive that had Windows on it, it critically crashed. And so like that I had a hard time wanting to upload again for a
Well,
while after
I,
that
I
because I was just
yeah,
decimated. And
I don't
especially
blame you
because
one bit.
like one of the videos was like the Thriftmas series, I found so much stuff that I'd never found before. Like I found Johnny Was for the first time. I've never found
Wow.
Johnny Was before. Like that was great. I found Howard Holt for the first time. I've never found that before. Like I had found so many things that were like first time bolos for me that were on my unicorn list for the Thriftmas. And to have all that gone, it was just like, I mean, I still technically have this stuff and I sold and I made the money, so I'll be able to share it in my what sold videos, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
not the
same.
same. Not the same at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But props of you for persevering through that though. That's something that would like well there's after you did that though, after it happened to you, I stopped deleting the stuff from my SD cards until it's posted to YouTube. Because I would
I
also
did
have
the
some
same thing. I'm
things.
like, nope, I'm not deleting it anymore until I know that that stuff is done.
Even if I edit the video and it's on my computer and it's posted the next day, I'm like, something could happen and it
Yeah,
could be
YouTube
gone.
could crash whatever until it's like
Yeah,
up and live. Yeah.
until it's up and live. That's why I deleted that because that's because of you. So
Well,
whatever you went through is helping
learn
me
from
out.
my mistakes. Yes. Don't do
I
download
wouldn't even
stuff so
say that was a
devastating.
mistake. I don't think you made any mistakes. I think just your computer just said we're done.
He said,
I
nope,
don't think.
we don't need you to do this Thriftmas series anymore. It's already March. Goodbye.
Nay. So I guess what can you take like precautionary measures in the future? Can you maybe upload them to like a cloud or something. Would that have helped
I
or
mean,
no?
I'd I mean, to have a backup hard drive, to do everything to an external hard drive would be helpful
It's probably smart. Yeah.
versus anything else, but then your external hard drive could fail. So I know Casey Neistat double saves his stuff, but he also,
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so Casey Neistat for his footage, he's talked about that before when he was doing his daily vlogs. He has giant banks of footage and he saves everything, which is why when you see him edit videos, he can just automatically insert that old clip, is because he has everything saved and cataloged. And it's
Oh, from like the past, even after it's uploaded, he still has it
even
saved.
after it's uploaded, he has like
Oh,
massive storage banks for everything. So he has redundancies for his footage, but he's a filmmaker, so he knows that
that
something
makes
can go wrong. So don't just save it in one place and have everything cataloged. But that's about all you can do, is to have it like both on a regular hard drive and then have it on an external hard drive and make sure you have redundancies in place if it's footage that you want to refer back to. But I don't think I want to have, an entire closet full of
that's a lot of work.
banks. That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
I
lot of
am
work.
excited though. I meant to ask you, what do you only use a GoPro to film your videos?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
I'm working on getting a second one just for vlogs. I just have like a GoPro, a vlogging GoPro, and then yard sale GoPro. Then I'm also working on it's a little exclusive, just and now I guess everybody on the podcast knows. I want to do like a documentary style, like yard sale video in the future, where I have a camera recording me in the car and I'm talking about pulling up to a yard sale, my thoughts about it, and then it's going to switch to the GoPro point of view while I'm at the yard sale. I come back to the car, talk about my experience about it, what I saw, what I found, and I record myself driving to the next yard sale. And he'll do like a whole day, like a documentary, like behind the scenes, what happens at a yard sale. So I bought one of those like little dash cameras that you attach to your mirror. It's like a
Mm.
very small one, but it's a HD, and we're going to see how that works.
It's
So
kind of like how
that might
Rally
be.
Roost is doing now, where they're filming it from the car and
Uh,
then showing them with the audio.
Well, no, he actually, but he just does garage sales. I'm doing actually me recording in the car while I'm driving. Like, oh,
Oh,
look,
okay.
because a lot of times you have one plan at the garage sales, but then you drive and you see a sign and your whole game plan changes. So it'll be like
Oh
stuff
no,
like
my
that.
car just magically turned into this driveway.
It'll just be like, oh, look, there's a sign, and so it just gives me exactly like my thoughts in between yard sales while the yard sales are happening, and all that stuff.
Okay.
It might work. It might crash and burn because it's not what my channel's about, but we'll see.
And
We'll see how it goes.
So my poor camera is dying, and I use like an actual GX
Oh,
Canon, and it,
that's what you use for your.
yeah, I use
That's
this.
that's what I think Amber Resource has, and her died too.
Well, I mean,
Is her
it's not
screen
dead;
like
it's still
falling
work.
off?
Yeah, the screen is falling off. I bought a new screw so I can still keep it, but the autofocus has slowly gotten worse and worse over time to where now I have to like manually make sure it's in focus, and like there are parts of my videos where things go out of focus. So it's just on its last legs. I bought this in like 2015, 2016. So it's an
Okay.
old camera. And I was influenced by Casey Neistat to buy an Instago 3.
I
And
don't know
I'm
what that
so
is.
excited about that. I'm
I'm
so
about to Google
excited.
what it is.
So, okay, so you know how so reselling YouTube uses GoPro. Like the GoPro is the camera of reselling YouTube predominantly,
I
correct?
heard of the Instago 360.
Yeah,
They told
that's
me
it.
about that one. That's
Instago
what it is.
360,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but the reason why I've never used a Go
Whoa. I think it's like so discreet.
Yes. That's the reason. Like the reason why I didn't want to use the GoPro is because like people have the straps and they're like, You got a GoPro on, why are you filming?" And I've worn a GoPro before. It's very uncomfortable and it's very noticeable.
That
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. So the thing is that thing pops off and it's got a magnet on the back of
Yeah.
it. So you can actually have the camera and the viewfinder separate and they're still intrinsically linked. So you could actually set the camera up somewhere and have the viewfinder to where you could see what's filming. But
Oh, that's
also what you
cool.
could do is it has a lanyard. You can get a lanyard attachment to it and clip it. So that way it's just this little tiny pod on you, nothing bulky at
No,
all.
I'm trying to see where mine is, but that's how I do with my GoPro. I don't have a strap. I have a magnet, and you can barely see I'm wearing it either.
Okay.
Let me actually get it real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Talk to my audience. Entertain them for 2 seconds.
I don't want to do that. But anyway, okay, well, I'll just continue talking about why I'm excited about this camera. It's just because of the fact that I have such bad social anxiety. Like, I don't want this big bulky thing um, on me to do that. So I saw this little tiny pill and I was like, okay, I can wear it on my
So,
shirt.
so this is all I have, and it's a snap mount.
Mm-hmm.
So when I wear it, that's it.
Right.
There's
And
no
that is a
strap
lot
or
less,
anything.
that's a lot less intrusive.
Well, people still
That,
see it.
yeah, people
There's
still see it. But this thing is
yeah.
small. It's like the size of a thumb drive. Small.
Yeah, like
So
smaller than my headphones, I would say, right?
yeah, so
And
it's
that's
about a little bit
already
the size of the AirPods.
so you get to
So
see comparison. People are on YouTube because you can see the comparison. It's half the size of a GoPro, if not even smaller than that, right?
yeah.
Maybe one
So
fourth the size. Yeah.
I want it to be not intrusive so I can wear it around and not have people ask me questions like whatever. And then because of the fact that it's not a GoPro, everybody knows a lot more people know what a GoPro is. They're not going to
Yes.
really know what that is. They might think it's a medical device because it's also going to look like a heart rate
Oh,
monitor too.
yeah. Or one of those like help I fall and can't get up things. True
Yeah,
alerts or
it's a
something like
life
that.
alert. Life
Life
alert. I
alert.
got a life alert. You know, I am
People don't,
disabled, so that might be a plausible
yeah,
deniability.
and people don't
And
want to really ask about that, right? They're like, oh, okay, she's
for those of you that are concerned about like, okay, well, she wants to do incognito filming. I live in a one party state, so I'm
yes.
okay with that.
I think how many states are two-party states? I think majority of them are one-party states, right?
Oh, most of them are. California's a two party state, which is
Oh,
why
I
I
didn't even
didn't
know
really
about
do
that.
any filming
Okay.
there unless I got inherent permission from.
I know the states that I moved from and the states I'm in now are both one-party states.
Yeah,
I
but
should do this research before I like travel for yard sales, though, right? Because
yeah,
it's
you
good to know that.
a little bit, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not doing it as a reason because I want to be sneaky. It's just because I don't want the social anxiety of like having to
That's
deal with that. Are you filming? I don't want to deal with that confrontation
that's
whatsoever.
very understandable. That's the big reason why people don't want to do garage sale videos is that social anxiety aspect is real. It's that's
I don't want to do garage sales at all because of social anxiety. I don't like not like having to talk to them, be like, I just want there to be a price. That's why I love estate sales, is because there's a price on it. And you
Yeah,
only have to deal with one person in charge. And I already know them already, because most of the
yeah.
people around here, I've done so many estate sales, like they know who I am. They have my LLC reseller certificate already on file. I don't have to deal with that. If I have to deal with like, I just feel bad if I go to one and they got the little kids outside and they're like playing, and you feel like you have to buy something even though they don't have anything. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. And like, especially if you're the only person there and like they have to have this conversation with you. I'm just like, I don't
See,
want you
see,
to sell me your stuff. I
see,
just want to look.
I'm the opposite. I thrive in that. I love when that happens.
I know that, and you've done so well with that. You are just overall a more outgoing and personable
Oh,
person.
very outgoing.
You are very outgoing.
If you see my you can see my growth from my original garage sale videos to
Mhm.
now. It's a big change of
Yeah.
how comfortable. Like in the beginning, I think my first video when uh, I asked for a deal and the guy said no, and I was like, "It's really weird. You don't want to give me a deal." It's like I said that out loud in the video.
You made the inside thoughts, outside thoughts.
Yeah, I was like, "What am I doing?"
Well, it's like you're so personable now. Like
Uh,
you're making waves down there in Florida. I saw one of the Rally Roots videos where they're like,
I saw that one. Yeah,
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 they're like, oh no, not him. We were talking about Philly Flipper. They
yeah.
came down here last week, and I'm like, ooh.
I wasn't last week, yeah, because it and I don't think Ryan knows who I am. So he's like, "Oh, he was visiting."
I know. I
That's
saw
what
that.
he
And I was
wrote.
like,
I'm like, "Oh, Philly
no,
Flipper.
he lives there now,
He
but
must have been
okay.
on vacation." Yeah, I messaged him about it late on Instagram the other day, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 20 minutes south of you. I'm your competition now,
Like,
pretty much."
did he message you back?
Yeah, he messaged me. He actually followed me. I got a follow from him. So we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys gonna do a collab soon? You go out to the
Probably
barn
not.
dominium?
Probably, probably not. Me and Ryan are completely different human beings. Completely
Really?
different personalities. I would say. I don't know if he will click well enough for a video.
Really?
I would say he's very like shy and timid, based on
I,
what I've seen.
I
You
mean,
don't think so?
I've gone to a couple there. Whenever they come up to Williamsburg, I always, because they normally do meetups at the Aleworks when they come up here. I've gone like I think once or twice when they've done it. They've always been. Allie is definitely the more social
Yes,
out of the two.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Ryan and I had probably a 45-minute long conversation,
Okay.
but we were talking
So
about business, business, because he's very business focused.
yeah, I'm. I should. I feel like I'm pretty business focused, but I don't really like to talk about it that much. The business focus side, but like some people like invite me to like some like chats, like kind of like what we're doing, but not recorded chats. And it was all like, okay, we're talking about how to grow reselling in business, and I just like, I'm out of here. This is not this is not for me. Like I have my own style of doing things, and I guess
Yeah.
I'm cool with doing that way. That I'm not really big into like teaching people about it either, you know. So it's business is just in here, doesn't come out here. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no. No, it does make sense because I think that that comes across in your video styles too. Like it's a more personal experience than it
Yeah,
is versus like I'm going to teach you how to be a reseller. Like that's not what you're doing at all on either channel.
and I've had people messaging me saying, "Hey, if you do a course, I'll buy it," and I'm like, "The course is my
Here's
videos."
my face whenever anybody says the word course.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no need for a course. Just legit, like, watch what I do and just follow it along. There's no magic formula course things that you can do. Is say, do this many times, you'll be successful. Just it's pretty easy.
No. All that information's free anyway. It's all on YouTube.
Yes,
Like the whatever question you have, type it into YouTube. There will
exactly.
probably be multiple answers for that question.
And not just reselling, anything. Any question you
Anything.
have about anything, type it into to YouTube. You
Or
know, back in
Google.
the day when I had my handyman moving business, I was a fraud, and I would do that on the way to jobs to justify things. So like, I had a moving business, but I did a handyman business, but I'm not that handy at all. And the people will be like, "Hey, I need my doorknobs changed. Can you do that?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I can do that." Now on the way to
Yeah,
the
you could do
then
that.
then I would go and watch YouTube videos on how to do it. And I got to the person's place. I'm like, "Oh, it's this lock. Boom, boom, boom.
But
Change it
that's not a
real hard."
fraud. I wouldn't consider you being a fraud at that point, but like you're willing to learn how to do something,
Eh,
which that person is not. They could have also
eh.
YouTube that, but they don't want to do that.
I,
So,
I I was a fraud when I said yes, I can do it when I had no clue how to do it.
but you could do
But
it. That's no, but say that's the thing. You were not a fraud. You said, yes, I can do that because you were intrinsically
oh, okay,
confident in
yeah,
your ability to do something and figure it
that
out. So, yes, you could
that's
still
a
do
good
it.
point.
You were
Yes,
not a fraud. You're like,
if
this is something simple enough. I can do this. I
the
will figure out
the
how to do
the
it.
determination was there, even
Yeah.
though the education part didn't match that yet. But the determination was, I'm going to learn how to do it by the time I get to your house.
Yes.
And thankfully, it worked out all the time. There's plenty of YouTube videos about
How to change a doorknob.
anything, any handyman job that people ask me about. There was videos about it.
Hmm.
Besides, like, I need my chandelier replaced. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. It's a little above my pay grade.
Your chandelier replaced? That's just
Yes,
basic electrical.
basic electrical,
Unless
but
unless it's on a dimmer switch and then that requires an extra wire and then
it's also, it was like 20-foot ceilings,
oh,
and it was like uh, a
yeah,
100+ pound chandelier. I I
no. At that
said
point it's
yes. I said yes when I got to the house. I was like, yeah, this is either this is not happening.
you should have told me I needed a taller ladder. Yeah.
You should have told me you had 20-foot ceilings. Yeah, I did come back to her house and hang some pictures that were
Oh.
also on that same like height, whatever crazy high.
But
And
you knew then that you needed to bring a taller ladder, so
yeah,
that made sense. Yeah.
but I was like, yeah, you gotta find somebody else to change the chandelier for you. There's no way I'm doing that, because like I don't even know how to even start. I would need like a team of like 4 people just to hold it, probably while it comes down and all that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
wasn't doing that.
Yeah, no. But Googling is a skill though. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Googling is a skill. Like there have been many a times where okay, so when I first started doing reselling, well, this most recent time, I've been in I have a lot of Facebook groups that I'm in for reselling that I joined
Mm-hmm.
like the first 2 years. And I realized that Googling is a skill in order to finite like get down to what you actually are trying to find. Because a lot of people just enter in basic
Yeah.
stuff and
Mm-hmm.
not be able to find something, but then I would look it up myself and be like, here's the answer.
Yeah.
And they're like, how did you get there? I Googled it. Well, I did that too. How did you get there? I Googled it. I don't know
It,
how
it
else to
was
explain it.
a much more precise Google search than
Yeah.
just what is. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. So I
Just
mean,
like
like,
comping is a skill on eBay, because I'm in the same Facebook group, and there'll be a guy that has like a monster hat, and he goes, I can't find this comp anywhere. I go to eBay comp monster 43 whatever, boom, there's 85 comps right away. I'm like, how did you not find this hat? It's like there's 85 solds of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
it is a skill, and I don't mind helping people at all. I mean, I don't know if you get this a lot, but I don't. I rarely get it, so I'm more than happy to help. Where people are like, I have this vintage thing. I don't know anything about it. Can you help me?
yeah,
And
I don't get those, because they know I'm probably not knowledgeable enough in that field like you. So they'd rather ask somebody they could help them. I get a lot of Wharf Point comps because of one of Kayla's popular videos. She FaceTimed me. She's like, I know you have a Wharf Point. I need this
are you
comp for the
serious?
string.
Whoa, that's
So because of that video, they're like, we saw you have Wharf Point in Kayla's video. What does this go for?
funny.
I'm telling you, I get about one of those a day. No, not a joke.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now you're gonna get even more of those because you said it out loud.
Yeah, there we go.
Use your worth point hookup.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, you
because
should reach out to them. Reach out to them. You're at that
to
point now. Have your management team
to
reach out to them. Get a
to
work
WorkPoint.
sponsorship. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they would want to work with me if I'm giving out comps for free.
Shh. Just wait until this video is buried a little while. Just wait a couple
No,
weeks because they're only going to check the last few weeks of stuff.
they did reach out to me in the past, WorthPoint, but they did not give any compensation. They just gave me like a do a video for us, use this link, and then anybody that signs up, you get 20% or whatever.
Yeah, it's
So
an
it was
affiliate.
like, yeah, there was no guaranteed money. It was just, hey, promote us for free, and then somebody signs up, you'll get paid, which not how I want to roll.
Yeah, that's how a lot of them do.
Yeah,
I mean, you're at the size now, they might give you compensation for that.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making videos for B0B Buys. This video is sponsored by B0B Buys.
Have you gotten Team U to leave you alone yet?
No, freaking jerks. I
It's
was
like
talking to
every day, every other day. It's just like
so
no,
you're in the same
no.
boat. Yeah,
Yes, it's like,
I'm
thank
at the
you.
point where I just like want to just like curse him out or something, but I don't know who to curse out. I have to like do it. It's so annoying. I'm like, come on, guys. Like how much times can you say no? Can I tell you no and you still reach out? Like it's crazy.
I mean, you can block the last ad. It's getting to
Oh,
the
I didn't
point
think
now where
about that.
I'm about ready to do that. But I have Google for mine, so there's a way to like I don't remember what their ads are in the back.
I have Google for mine as
Uh,
well.
let's see here. Hold on, I delete them as soon as they come in. So I don't know if I have
Yeah,
any to look at.
I got one yesterday.
Mm,
I also
let's
got
see here.
eliminate your home with Christmas decor lighting. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, so all of these have like Team U email. You could just put that as your spam filter or a block filter.
Oh, so anything with
Yeah.
Timo in it.
Yeah, you could like just block that out in general. And I'm not there are plenty of people creators that are in our space that are doing collabs with Timo. Get your bag. Absolutely. It's just because of the fact that me personally, the reason why I'm not going to work with them is because I do reselling for sustainability reasons. And Timu is basically Wish.
Yep, that's a
So
big a big part of why I'm not working with them either.
and it's
Yeah,
like why would I'm literally the whole one of the most core values to me reselling is saving stuff from the landfill. So why would I work with a company that is adding to that?
just overproducing so much stuff that
Yeah.
will go to it. Yep. It's understandable. I admire a lot about you. I remember you told me that about breakables. It's the reason why you just buy a bunch of them, just because people actually smash them in your
Yeah,
Goodwill, right?
and in our area, like, well, back when Goodwill was open on Sundays, it's not anymore because they went down to 6 days a week after because of the pandemic. They were closed for so long,
Oh
so
wow,
they
okay.
used to be open 7 days a week. But on Sundays, in pretty much every single thrift store around here, you just hear smashing because that's when they change over to the next color. So they pull everything off of the shelves, and you would just hear a cacophony in the back of them smashing stuff.
Must
And
hurt your soul.
it does hurt my
Yeah.
soul. It hurt when I realized what was happening. I was like, they're just throwing everything away. They're not because I before I had gone to the bins. This was before I got in the bins. I thought this stuff went to the bins,
Yeah.
but they don't do breakables at our bins, which is why everything gets smashed and trashed at Goodwill.
Dang.
They don't do breakables at all because of fighting at our bins.
Yeah, you could probably break your hand grabbing a breakable.
Well, no, it's because people were breaking it and then using it as a weapon.
No.
Yeah, the beginning, yeah, like it
They
can get
made like
very.
custom shanks with
That's,
with some carnival glass.
yeah, that's also why they don't allow filming at the bins at my bins either.
Yo, you got a crazy biz. What?
No, I mean it's pretty chill now. I'm just saying, like they have these policies in place from like at the beginning, but like
Oh my
going to
goodness.
it
I
was.
can imagine it's like, oh, she grabbed my shirt and we smashed this mug real quick.
I I don't know, but
That's
they don't have that.
crazy.
But yeah, it's It's crazy. But that's why I buy a lot of stuff, even though I know I'm not going to make a whole lot of money on it. It's because it's like I physically cannot let this get smashed and trashed. It would just hurt my heart too much. So if I
It's
can save
understandable.
it and make a little bit of profit, I will.
So, do you have like shelves of just breakables at your place? Stuff like this? They're just shelves full of it.
Uh no, I have bankers boxes full of unlisted stuff, and then I do have I have oh well I live at by myself at home, and so I probably a third of my kitchen cabinets are full of inventory.
Oh, so you just that's smart.
So it's just in
It's a,
there
it's a,
like you
it's a
would
it's a good
normally
place to
have
put them.
dishes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't have a lot of it's just me that lives in this house. So I
yeah.
have although my house looks like a hoarded home because I literally have
She
unlisted
doesn't want to tell
inventory
you she
everywhere.
also lives in a mansion that has 8 different kitchens. She doesn't
No.
want to tell you that part, guys.
I
But
live in a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath row house. That's what I live in.
huge. That's what I live in. High five. 3 bedroom. No, actually, no. I had just have. You have 2.5 bath.
Mhm.
What's a half a bathroom?
It's just a toilet and a sink.
Oh, see, I have 3 bed, 2 bath. I don't have the
Well, that's
half.
awesome.
I
How
don't
many
have the
square
extra
feet
toilet.
is your house?
Very little.
I don't
1,300.
Yeah, that's what I have too. That's not very little. That's a
But you
lot for
have
one person.
layers, levels, right?
It's the still same square footage.
Is that how it counts? I
Yeah, it's
thought
the
it
same
just.
square footage. It doesn't
Jeez.
matter. Like when you have square footage, it's for the total livable area of your place.
Ah,
So
I don't
if
know
we have
levels
both
counted
have
it.
1,300, it doesn't matter if it's up or down.
Oh, you must have some small floors then, if it's only 1,300.
It's a row house. So yes,
Oh, I missed the row house
townhouse.
part.
Yes,
Townhouse, okay.
townhouse. Yeah. So
Does your garage count as the square feet or
I
no?
don't
Or
have
is
a
it
garage.
you don't have it? Okay, so I guess
No, no.
I
I
have
pay
more
my
space then.
HOA. My HOA has like a clubhouse and a pool or whatever that I don't use because
You're an HOA too?
I have an HOA too. Yeah. I give
Oh
them
God.
$155 a month basically for my parking space that I have to call a tow truck every month to get someone towed out of my parking space.
Wow.
And I call the tow truck too for my neighbor because both of us are disabled. And so they're parking in our numbered parking spaces that were given to us specifically because we're disabled and we have to be close to the house.
That's crazy.
I have to call them all the time because it's so close to the units that I've had contractors, I've had other random people visiting other people, I've had
Oh, and
DoorDash drivers.
they just
They
don't care, huh? They
no,
just
they
park.
don't.
Huh?
There's literally if they went 20 feet across the street, so literally across from my parking space is a guest spot.
And they just want
It
yours.
they just use ours. Yeah.
So give me the positives and negatives of having an HOA. Is there positives?
No.
Okay,
There is
I just want
zero
to make sure.
positives. There's zero positives. I am currently fighting my HOA right now to the point where like I'm actually probably going
I-
to have to
In
contact the lawyer that I
UFC
use.
UFC ring fighting, like in a boxing ring.
No,
Not yet.
but like I'm gonna have it's getting to the point where if I don't see any movement by the end of this month, I'm going to contact my lawyer and have him write a letter to the HOA for it
Wow.
being in breach because of the fact that uh there are because it's a row house,
Hmm.
we're all connected, and a storm in 2020 knocked out some siding for the 2 units next to us, and they have not fixed it since 2020.
It's a long time.
Me and my neighbor have both contacted them and contacted the HOA multiple times, and it's still broken. And we have inspections once a year, and they give us a little thing that says, all right, you have to fix the stuff about your unit before this date when we re-inspect it, or else we're going to fine you or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that came and went, and it's still messed up.
And
And
people live there.
they're rental properties.
Ah, okay.
I live right next to a military base. So myself and my direct neighbor are the only two
Mhm.
people that own our units in this block.
Ah,
Everybody else is a
gotcha.
rental.
Yeah.
And because like because they're rentals, they don't care unless it starts costing them money. They're not going to fix that stuff because it's going to be at least $1,500 or
Oh
$2,000,
yeah,
and because
for
it's
sure.
between two units, they're also like, oh well, someone else will fix that, or the other person will fix it, because they're both owned by different people
Ah,
and they're both renters, so they're just hoping it'll go away. But because the siding's missing, it's starting to cause water damage to me and my neighbors' units, because them not having siding is starting to affect our unit because they're all
yeah,
connected. And so because it's at the end of this month, it's been 3 months since I contacted them last. And I was like, okay, well, you either need to do something or I need the address for where my legal team can write you a letter.
yeah. That's understandable. That's you would think an HOA they'll be on top of that right away, right? Isn't that what's the HOA
No,
is for?
I mean, it is what an
Yeah,
HOA is for. It is what an
yeah.
HOA is for. Like HOAs in America can put liens on your house if you don't pay your dues. They can actually make it so they can take your property away. They could actually just completely make it so the house isn't yours anymore. There is no positives for being in an HOA at all.
That's why that was always my first question when I was looking for a house. Is it part of an HOA? They say
Mhm.
yes. I'm like, I'm done. Next, because I don't want to be in an HOA and then they go in, see my garage. They're like, oh, you have way too much storage in your garage. You need to use your garage for this or whatever. No, I hate having people tell me what my house needs to be used for, and I'm probably breaking a lot of HOA rules with how how much stuff I have in here
I mean, like I pay almost $1,900 a year.
for a parking spot.
$1,900 a year for a parking space is basically all I use. It's a parking space that I don't even get to use, and I have to constantly call a tow truck for. And I pay $1,900 a year, and they are making it so I'm having damage to my unit, and they're
Yeah,
not taking care of that.
doesn't sound fun. Doesn't
No.
sound
So no,
doesn't
there is
sound
no benefits
just.
to being in an HOA, but most new homes now are built in HOAs. Like I think it's
Yep.
90% of all new construction has an HOA. So if you get a house that doesn't have an HOA, hold on to that.
Yeah. I just moved one of my friends close who lived in Sarasota, moved to Lakewood Range, and he went from a non HOA to an HOA, and he's been there for 2 months, and he's like, I made a biggest mistake. It's like you think
Yeah.
because they were like he's putting a fence down, and he has to because the house that he has is around a lake. And the lake has alligators in it, and he has two kids. He has a 3-year-old and he has a 5-year-old, and he obviously
Right.
wants to put a fence in the backyard so his kids can run around with it and not have any fears of gators, right? And the HOA is like, okay, the fence has to be this color, it has to be this type of material, it has to be this height, has to be this far away from the all these rules he has to follow on his own
Mhm.
property to put up a fence.
Oh, did they also have a contractor that he has to use? Because a lot of
Yes,
them have
yeah.
kickbacks with them.
Yeah, they
Because
get
what
to use this
happens
company to build it or whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
That's a kickback right there. That's an agreement that the HOA, like whoever the president of the HOA knows somebody and they have like a relationship. That's one of the things I learned at my last 9 to 5 was like how
crazy.
shady HOAs really are and how they're run.
And he likes to cut his own grass, and they're not letting him. They said we have a contract with this company, and they're cutting every single person's house in this neighborhood.
Mhm.
So like he can't even cut his own grass. He has to pay somebody, even though he likes to do it. He said like I guess his realtor didn't tell him all these rules when he bought the house. He didn't think
Well,
that was
people
a
don't
thing.
also ask those questions, and the housing market is so
Yeah.
insane right now. The housing market right now is the whole reason why my partner and I don't live together.
Are you
Like
guys looking for something, or are you just waiting
we've
for
been
it
looking
to go
for a
down?
couple years.
And it just is. Are you're around Williamsburg, right?
I'm in Newport News. We're both in Newport News. Uh, he rents a house down by Christopher Newport, and I own. I have a mortgage with my unit
Yeah,
here by the military base, and like I have 1,300 square feet. He has 1,300 square feet, and there's just not enough room for two cats, two dogs, two people, and my business.
that's a lot. It's a
So
lot of room. Yeah,
so that's the problem. And like we've gone and looked at two houses. we went and looked for looked at one I think in 2020, and literally the next person that came to view it after us put in an offer immediately.
Oh, that's straight to do now, huh? You can't even think about.
No,
You
you can't
have
even
to
think
like,
about it. Well, the
yeah.
thing is that we had questions because it had a septic system and we couldn't find the septic system. We were
You
like,
don't have
where
time
is
for
it?
questions now.
Yeah.
You look at it, you buy.
And then this last one, there are so many problems. It was scary. The last house we looked at was terrifying. So those are the only two properties that we've gone to look at because he wants land and we want to have good internet.
Wow. Is that rough in Virginia? There's a lot of dead zones areas.
But that okay. Well, I've lived in Richmond before, and I've lived in Richmond where there's Comcast, and Comcast, there were many times where I would be streaming and the just internet would cut out, just be done.
Wow. Really? Okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where it was like completely dead for a whole day. So like I want to not be where there's Comcast. I currently have Cox and I pay like $140 a month just for my internet, but I have like business level internet. Yeah. So
Holy moly.
yeah.
That's 3 times what I pay.
Right. I have to pay that amount of money in order to get 30 up and 300 down. That's that's
Wow. I guess you need 30 up for streaming. That's
right. But the
you need
thing
that much,
is
yeah.
that my partner, okay, he lives 15 minutes from me on the other side of Newport News. He has Fry's and Fios. He pays $70 a month to get 1 gig up and 1 gig down.
1 gig down?
Yes, 1 gig
What,
down and 1 gig up.
what can you do with 1 gig down?
What do you mean?
That's nothing there, right?
Instead of an MB,
Oh,
it's a
oh,
gig.
gig.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
wow. They
yeah.
go up that high? They go up to gigs now?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, sheesh.
That's what I'm
Eh,
saying. Like, so to go from, so sometimes I'll edit a video
That's
on my
wow.
computer
That's
and then go and
super fast
upload it
then.
at his house because it goes
Yeah.
so much faster.
And you said 70? That's all he pays for that?
Yeah. So he pays half the amount I do and gets 3 times better service.
That's crazy. So I have Comcast here, which you probably hate, but I did not want because in my old warehouse in Pennsylvania, I had Comcast Business, and it's same issues as you had. It would just be random days. We're not working, and the internet is just not working. Oh, unscheduled maintenance, and
Mm-hmm.
you're done. And I'm like, I have people here, like I had workers and stuff with me, so
Mm-hmm.
I would have people that are ready to work, they're ready to list, ready to do all this stuff, and I'm like, all right, well, we can't do that because there's no internet. I call them like, oh, it's unplanned maintenance. We'll be back up in 5 hours. I'm like, 5 hours? That's a whole day for me. I'm losing the whole day. It would happen like every single month. It'd be so frustrating.
Well,
But
also, if they were hourly employees, I know here in Virginia, I don't know what labor laws are like where you were in Pennsylvania, but if they showed up to work and they couldn't work and you had to send them home, you still are supposed to pay them for the full day.
yeah, well, I had to. I didn't send him home. I made them do things around the warehouse, which
Like
didn't
inventory or
needed did not need to be done, but it was
right.
like I can't do it. Like I guess like sweep over here, or like I said, inventorize this, or let's go through this. It's like something did not need. It's something I could have done by myself and have done way faster. But like, hey, you're
Mhm.
here. I gotta do something for you. So right now I'm paying for 400 down and 10 up, and I'm paying 50 a month of Comcast, which is faster than I was getting in PA. But I had business in PA because I was in the
Yeah.
warehouse, so I was paying like 200 something for it now. But that's my area. Is either you have Comcast or you have nothing here in this where I am now. So like,
Yeah.
thankfully, knock on wood, they've been good so far for the 100+ days that I've been here. The only time I had outages is when we had like a big storm or something, but which
Yeah.
is like makes sense. But besides that, they've been good. The only thing I don't like is that the the area isn't big. Like, so I have the router in my office, and then in my bedroom, sometimes the Wi-Fi doesn't reach it, which is so I don't have a big house. I have 1,200 square feet.
Right.
So from my office, there's a bathroom, and there's a kitchen, and then there's my bedroom. And sometimes, like I have like a Fire Stick in my bedroom, and it won't reach the Wi-Fi symbol, won't reach to the router, which
Have
is
you
over
tried to
here.
get an extender?
That's what I the guy who set up my internet, he said, "Hey, you might need an extender because of how this thing is built."
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a stream box on my living room TV, which works really good, but the bedroom one doesn't. And he said that they will pay for it. I just have to just like the Comcast will pay for it for free to give me an extender,
I
so it
would
reaches to
not
the
believe
house.
that
So
for a second. I would not believe
that
that for a
that's
second.
that's why that's the same things I have. I'm like that sounds a
No.
little fishy.
Yeah,
I
no, you don't have to pay for it. It'll just show up on your bill next month.
yeah.
But you don't have to pay
I,
for it right now.
I do have in my old parents' house. When I used to be there, I got them a Google Wi-Fi, Google something. No, it's
Google
like
Fi?
a maybe it's like an extender, but it's for with Google that you connect to your router and then you put the stuff throughout the house and it gives you the Wi-Fi. I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
It was like $300. It was like a Wi-Fi center, but with Google, whatever. And
okay.
it's just there. It's just chilling because nobody's using it since I'm not there anymore. So I'm like, I should probably just grab it next time I'm there and just bring it here and just make it work. But I really like when I'm in my bedroom now. I'm just there to sleep. So like I really like I haven't put the TV on probably in over 100 days in my bedroom. No, it's a lie. I put it on when I test things. When I have like VCR DVD combos where I have video games, I put it on to test that.
This is
That's the
now
only
still
time.
just a business expense because I'm only using it to test products.
That's all the
That's
TV is used for.
funny.
The one in the living room's on all the time. I watch things all the time when I'm there, but the bedroom TVs barely gets any use.
So how is Florida? Are you liking it better than when you were in Philly?
Uh, I liked it a lot better when it wasn't like 100.
You're having to deal with that humidity and heat. Yeah.
I would like it a lot better when I get a house with a pool. That I think I would
Oh,
like it a
you're
lot.
already like, no, I'm getting one with a pool.
Oh no, that's a requirement. That's
Oh,
if it doesn't have a pool, I'm not getting a house. That's a requirement.
wow.
Like the pool is bigger, a bigger priority than HOA right now. Like for me, the pool is number one priority.
So you would still get a house if it had a pool and an HOA.
If it's a perfect house
Oh,
and
you're
something I
never
can
gonna find a
afford,
perfect house, honey.
well, perfect enough for me, which is big, big garage, big pool, central air, which every house in Florida has central air. That's not an issue. But those are the big things. Uh, Obviously, AC, pool, and big garage. And then I'm looking for space, but unfortunately, where I live is not that many houses with a lot of land.
No,
It's like,
there's not going to be, especially anywhere where there's any kind of internet. Like you could go
yeah,
out in the swampy areas, but
yeah.
yeah.
Unless I build, which I don't want to go through, because one of my friends here has been building for the last 2 years. And
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
and like I'm helping him as much as I can because he still lives in PA. So he comes down a couple times. Like around now, I'm storing a bunch of stuff for him that his builders need in the future. Like he bought a bunch of toilets and like heaters and stuff that's in my house, waiting for his builders to come and grab it for him. But I'm just seeing the headaches that he's going through. Where you need this zoning, you got to pay $5,000 for this zoning. Oh, now you got to get a $5,000 to pay for flood zoning to see where to put your house. They're like, oh no, now you got to clear this. You got to clear this area, and you have to pay $50 per tree, and there's 500 trees there. Whatever. It's like,
Oh, yeah, that's just because he's not there. If
yeah,
he was there, they're just doing whatever they can to prolong the
oh,
process with
it's really
money. Yeah.
exactly what it sounds like.
Mhm.
And the way that he does is they don't start the process until he pays for it. So, for
Mhm.
example, like he needed like dirt to start building a mound to build his house on, and they don't put the dirt until he pays them the 15 grand or whatever for the dirt. And they're like, oh, okay, the dirt's there. Now we need to do foundation. We need 15 grand for foundation. We won't start the work until you until you do that.
Why is he
So,
still working with them?
but it's because they're Ukrainian and he trusts them. You know, crazy story about it. Um, you know, the Brian Laundry guy, the YouTube
Oh, the guy
Gabby
Gabby
Petito,
Petito? Yeah.
they found his body on his property.
No way.
Yeah.
For
They
real?
yeah. On the very he has 5 acres by Mayaca State Park. So he's up there. And That's where they found him. Yeah. He has like swampy, like crazy, like 5 acres of that.
Yeah.
So it's not like livable, but it's just there to have it. He said he can spend 200 grand and put a lake back there if he wants to, and I'm like, why the heck would you want to do that? but he's there, and yeah, they found him on there, kind of creepy.
I mean, at that point, you'd just be like, this is the universe telling me no.
I feel like because like whenever there's progress on the house, he asks me to come to take pictures for him at the house, and I feel always like this like weird like aura whenever I'm there to take pictures. I'm like, I want to get out of here as fast as I can.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a house by my partner's house that we've been watching get built over the last 2.5 years, and it's just because of the fact that the people that own it, it's one of like 300 properties that they own, and they don't care.
Uh,
And so the builders are literally taking forever to do it because it's whenever they have time or feel like doing it, or whenever they come to check on it and there needs to be progress.
yeah,
So
that's how this works because the company works with us are doing a lot of other projects, and I guess they have the if you pay, we're doing it. If not, we're not doing it. So like he said, he's been doing it for over 2 years, and he just got to the point where the house was finally up. They're doing plumbing this week, so he got the plumbing. Electrical is next, and then it's drywall, windows, all this stuff, and
oh man, that sounds
they're saying by end of 2023 it's going to be ready.
no.
But
I can tell
I
you right now,
legit,
no.
I think he put in close to like 700 grand on this house, and the house
How
is now
big is the
worth.
house floor plan?
It's a big house. It's like 3,000 square feet, huge garage, and they're building a little like. So his wife has like a little preschool like kids nursery thing business that she
Okay.
does in PA. So they're building that on the side as well. So that they want to do the same thing here, and so it's a big project. It's a big house, way bigger than
Okay.
mine.
Did they
But
check the licensing for that? Because in-home daycares are different for each state.
I have no. I'm gotta ask him. I gotta ask him. Yeah, but
Different for
like,
each state. Just saying.
but he was to buy that like same style house what he has. They go for about 500,000 here.
Yeah, no,
He's
that's what I was
already
saying. Like if he's sunk that much into it, it's
yeah.
no,
He's
it's not
probably
worth
gonna
it.
be 800 in all in when he's probably done, maybe even more.
Is
And
this
then
going to
like
be their forever home? Because if it's their forever
yeah,
home, they'll might recoup that cost in inflation. But other than
it's good.
that, you
It's forever home. They're moving down
okay.
from Florida, and then their families are moving down too, and they also have already started the building process. And I'm like, oh boy, and they're trying to get me to do it. I'm like, I've seen what you're going through. I definitely don't want to build. I have zero desires of going through this right now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for houses, but they're all the ones that I want. They're all like 500,000, 600,000, which for one person is kind of a lot
I mean, get
to
more of
handle.
those 500,000 view videos, my dude. You'll get there.
Oh yeah, I would need a lot more. Maybe I should do Feet Finder. I don't know. People seem to be into it.
Can we not talk about grippers again, please? You have a
That's in my.
management company now, right, that does sponsorships. I haven't really seen you do any sponsorships at
Yeah,
all.
I haven't had anything that I liked. I'm in talks with three right now. We'll see if any of them come off. It's just I'm very picky with who I
I
want to
appreciate
represent.
that.
And I wanted to say yes to every offer that comes my way because it's not what I want to stand for. So it's so like there's one company right now that I'm talking with. I don't want to mention names, but they're like a meal prep kind of company. You know, like how to send you like meals. You know,
I know. I
you
know.
know us. I'm not gonna say names,
I
but
know that I know the few big players, yeah.
I don't think they're that big. I haven't heard of them until they reach out to me. So I'm doing
You can
actually
tell
an
me offline.
oh, I can tell you offline. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing an incognito thing with them. Is that like I had one of my friend that lives here order the plan with his name, and then but I'm paying him to do it. I'm trying it for a month to see if actually it's good quality or whatever. And then if they're good, I'll sign up, and we'll see what works.
You know
But
you can work that out in your deal, right, where they have to let you try it for a while before you say yes.
Well, see, I'm afraid though if I do that, they'll just send me all the best quality stuff they have or whatever. And it's like, hey,
Oh, okay.
so that's
Okay.
why I'm doing like an incognito where like just a regular guy signs up. Let's see what he gets for a
See, this
month.
is why I like you, Paul.
That was actually Amber's idea. So shout out to Amber Resource. She was like,
Oh,
"Hey, you
yeah,
should
I
you should you
love
should do that."
Amber.
Yeah. Well, I say I don't want to promote junk. I did that once.
Did you really? Uh-oh, you died.
Did I?
Yep,
I
you
still here?
froze. Your handsome
Oh
face. At least,
no.
okay, it's back. It's back.
Was it a good freeze?
It
It's
wasn't terrible. I have seen some
okay.
bad freezes. I have experienced some bad freezes where
I've
my
done
face
bad
is.
freezes where I was like, yeah,
Wait, no, you
I've
promoted
done.
Junk one time?
Yeah, I could talk about them. No,
Okay.
they're not listening.
Did they
Uh,
have an NDA? Did you make me sign an NDA at all in your
no,
contract?
we're done. I promoted them, and I got like terrible. Like I shouldn't have. Like this is back when I started. I had no clue what my worth was, so I was really like not making anything off them. It was with that like VA listing service where you have VAs
What, the
list for
Pasha
you.
BV
No, the Pasha
or
VA
virtual
does.
assistant?
Pasha VA does like that's the bot, right? That shares for you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is called Hammock, I think. Hammock, that was in the company. Yeah, it's pretty much you send pictures to this app,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the
Like kind
app
of like
does a
Cellhound.
yeah, and then the
Okay.
app does a listing for you. But the issue with the app is all of their people that were working for you, even though they promised American like USA people, they were all in India, and I would send them like anything that has a graphic on it. They were just like had no clue what it was. Like I was sending them let's say like a Mario shirt, had like Mario and Peach on it, and they'd be like graphic T-shirt, gray crew neck, short sleeve, pink girl. Boom. No mention of Mario, no mention of Peach, no mention of Nintendo, like none of the SEO words. And I'm like, nobody is gonna find this shirt ever. And then the only thing they were good at was if you'd send them shoes and then you looked at the product number on the shoes and they would give you a listing of that. But I'm like, I can legit do that. The same amount of speed
Anyway, yeah.
that they will take for me to send the pictures, I can just
Uh-huh.
do it right away. So I stopped him. I did one video for him and I stopped. I was like, and that was my fault because I didn't do a trial run. I was like, oh, this sounds great. They fed me the whole. So we're doing. This
Sales
is
pitch,
how.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's great. And I was just started using them when I started promoting them, which I shouldn't have done. That was rookie Paul. We don't do that no
I mean, to be fair, if you've not done any of the back end, if you've not seen or been privy to the back end before, that's gonna happen if you're a
more.
new content creator, and it sucks. So
And you just so excited somebody actually wants to work with you when you're new content creator. Like, whoa, what? You want to work with little old me? Yes, let's sell my soul.
you know,
I felt like a golden girl or something, you know.
I will say that's like something that I've personally not done, which,
Which
but that's just
props to
because
you
I've done.
too.
Well, no, it's just because I've done business for a really long time.
Oh, so you understand how it works.
Yes, and I feel like
So,
I'm
are you against sponsors, or are you just against
no,
like
I'm not
just?
against sponsors. I love my friends making all the bags that they want to get. It's
Nah.
just there are I have a short list of companies I would work with, and it is a
Oh,
very short list. But
very very short list.
yeah,
Okay.
but in if anytime I see anytime a brand reaches out to me, I actually look up their DUNS number, their Duns and Bradstreet number to look how long they've been incorporated for. I look at
Oh, okay.
their act. I don't just look at whatever the brand gives me. I actually look at everything. Like it Duns and Bradstreet number is their business credit number, and it shows you how
Okay.
long they've been incorporated for, who actually owns the company, if there are any other investors, if it's publicly traded or not. It gives you all kinds of other stuff as well, because
And you just Google company then number and it shows up, or you have to go to the
no, I
credential.
actually go into Duns and Bradstreet and look that up.
Is that a
The
is that a
Duns and Brad,
public
yeah, it's a
website anybody
public
can go?
thing.
Okay.
Yes, it's a public website that you can like. I have a Duns and Bradstreet number because I have an LLC, but that's just because I've registered with them because
Um,
that's how you get credit.
we're adding that to my notes for what I
Duns
need
and
to do.
Bradstreet. Duns and Bradstreet. If you have a business and you want to get credit loans as a business, you should definitely register with them, and it's free. I think. I think it's free. It was free when I did it, but it gives you like,
DNB?
huh?
Is that the website DNB?
Hold on. I will link it to you. Yeah, dnb.com.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, you can get your DUNS number. So
Can you tell me Timu's number right now?
Timu's. Oh, I didn't want to work with them at all. I didn't even bother looking up them at all.
It didn't even get to the DNB number for Timu. They didn't pass the initial test.
No, but like, we've had in the reselling space, we've had several companies come up that do these boxes, like the wholesale boxes, and get resellers to promote their brand or whatever, and they'll send them the good stuff, and then their viewers will get it and they'll get crap.
Mm-hmm.
But like those randomly pop up. Like it's a new one like every year. A new one of those companies pops up every year. But like that's what I'll do if I see my friends start to do that. I'll go look at this up and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with them at all. And just
that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, also, there's a lot of people in this space. No offense, who just want to get the bag. Which again, it's just their channel. They do what they want.
Fine.
So every offer that comes up, they said, yep. Is that something? Again, that's something I want to build my channel on. So it's not something I want to do, but people want to do it.
It's funny though, because my partner has a hard time with that I don't take sponsorships like that.
Oh, really?
He's one of those people that would be like, nope. His motivators are fame, power, and money. But he has no social media presence whatsoever. He only uses Facebook. He's like, yeah, no. If I had a YouTube channel, I would take everything. I would say yes to everything if they were offering me money.
There's some people that would do that. Again, it's their. I don't feel right judging because it's their channel. They want to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to do things like that? If I see somebody over promote, I'm just unsubscribing, and I'm like, I'm just done watching you. I don't. If I want to watch commercials, I'll watch it on TV. I don't want to come to your thing and say, this video today is sponsored by Kleenex, and then sponsored by the Magic Pillow, and then it's sponsored by, I don't know, Timu or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Same thing. My same thoughts is on Patreons and memberships. Not something that I want to do, but again, if people want to do it,
yeah,
I guess that's up to you. It's up to your viewers' discretion if they want to. Is discretion a word?
Discretion.
That sounded wrong.
It's correct word, wrong pronunciation. We're gonna give you that.
I do that a lot.
Well, I mean, English isn't your first language, right?
It's not.
Yeah, but most people would know that talking to you. So
I've been here for a long time.
Yeah, I know that, but the thing is that what are we talking about? I'm sorry, my ADHD brain just went off somewhere.
How dare you have ADHD during this ADHD podcast? How dare you do that?
Like I just disassociated for a second. Now I don't remember what we were talking about. Patreon. You're talking about that.
Yeah, Patreons. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with people doing Patreons or the paid subscription service because again, it's up to the viewer if they want to do that at all. My problem is the thing that has stopped me from doing anything like that is that I would have to. That's another thing I have to make content for.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to do that. It's like I'm struggling with streaming and 2 channels, so.
But my biggest issue with that is what Dave said too when we had the podcast is that if you're offering something for free the whole time, then I don't know where you go. Oh, by the way, I'm stopping this free thing. If you want to see all this, now you have to pay me $5 a month. And then you go. So for example, like if I was doing all my vlogs every single day, and I know I'm like, I'm done with the vlogs. If you guys want to see the vlogs, you have to pay me $5 a month to see the vlogs. I would have the issue there if you're just going from nowhere to like, I was giving you all this free stuff. Now I'm done. So
right.
I'm against that.
The ones that I don't have a problem with that. Well, I mean, again, people can do what they want. It's their own business and what they feel like they have time for. I feel more comfortable with it if it is something that they don't normally do. For example, if it's like if they do VOD content all the time and they're like, well, I'll go live once a week on my Patreon.
Yeah.
And that's the only time that they ever go live is with their Patreon. That's something that wasn't established, like you said, established as a free thing. And then now it's behind a paywall. Or, if they are like, okay, well, we'll do store reviews
Yep.
if you do Patreon, and that's not something that they've already done, then that makes sense. Like, I'm perfectly
I'm
cool with
with that
it.
100% too. I know there's some people in this community that are like, oh, if resellers are making any money on anything extra besides the reselling, it's frowned upon. Like if
Really?
you get sponsored, yeah, there's some people that feel that way. But
Truly.
yeah, truly, they're just
Wait,
against
I thought
anything.
we've moved beyond that
N-
as a society, that sponsorships
no,
and stuff is okay.
it was okay for that's what I realized because I was kind of the same mentality too. I'm like, oh, I can't do sponsors, I can't do that. But then I realized almost every other content that I watch on YouTube has sponsors in it. Like if I'm watching like a video game video, they're sponsored by somebody. If I'm watching, I don't know, like I like those stupid like satisfying lawn landscaping videos or
Oh, I
house
get
cleaning
fed those
videos
too.
or car detailing videos, and they're always have a sponsor in it, and it never bothers me that they have like an ad for a sponsor in it, you know. So like I was like, why is reselling different? It shouldn't be, right? It's content on YouTube. Yeah.
And maybe if the sponsor has nothing to do with like the business at all, or like, see, that's maybe what I would understand. So, for example, like if we're reselling, we buy and sell, we buy stuff for cheap and then resell it for a
Yeah.
profit, right? So, if you were to be like, okay, well, I have this air fryer, you should buy this air fryer, right? That doesn't make any sense because you could buy an air fryer at a garage sale for $5. So why would
Almost
I sell
every
you this
garage
air?
sale.
Yeah. So
Too.
why would you be sponsored by this air frying company? It wouldn't fit
Yeah.
into your thing. Like if they're promoting other products and services that would be using for reselling, like photo room or apostrophe or any of that, like that
Yeah.
fits in. Or if it's a lifestyle thing that you wouldn't get at a garage sale. So like if someone wanted to do a Me Undies sponsorship, like people don't really buy used underwear. And you can't
Mm,
really buy used underwear. Nope, nope,
Most,
don't
most
go there. Don't go there.
you opened the door, Bob.
I
Okay, I'm
did.
just saying.
I as soon as I said it and I saw your face change, and I'm like, no, no.
You don't open the door, just close it before I can walk in. You can't, you can't do it.
Okay, you are not allowed to sell used undergarments on eBay. Okay, so if you're like, hey, this is how I get my under things, that would be different, is because of the fact that most reselling platforms don't allow you to resell
It's a
underwear or
very good
something like
point.
that. That
Very
would
good point.
fit. Or like you said, like with whatever, like Courtney does Green Chef, like she does Green Chef, and that's what she does. Like that's
Yes.
something that you're not going to buy and resell. So that
Yeah,
fits as like a lifestyle component.
for
But if
sure.
it's something that you could buy and sell at a garage sale, probably it's not going to be received very well when you try to promote it on your reselling channel.
No, that's understandable. But
Yeah.
that's also a good thing is that I have a vlogging channel too, and I
Yeah.
can do. I have a lot more kind of free reign of promotion on there because that's just my daily life things, you know. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah, but it
blah
does have a
blah.
lot of reselling content on it though.
It's very reseller heavy
Yeah.
for almost too much reseller. But it's kind of a good that if I ever want to transition from reselling, that vlogging channel is gonna be there. Like I can just as like for example, like I'm going on a trip this fall with my family to Finland. I can post all that on
Oh,
there. So that's gonna be like, you know, in the past I couldn't post it on my main channel because it would be like nothing to do with a garage sale. But
no.
because it's that channel is there, people like to see what I do every day. So
There are so few charity shops in Scandinavia in general.
really, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find one. You don't think I could
Good
find one?
luck. No, I believe if anybody could find it, it'd be you, but there are very few secondhand stores in
I know
Scandinavia.
that's not their style. That's not what Scandinavia is known for. I know that
Well,
they're not
it's
they're not really secondhand kind of folk.
no, but a lot of things, if it's made there, they also don't have the same kind of throwaway society that we do here.
Yeah,
So that's also like the mentality is like a lot of their stuff is really quality, and they don't have the same level of consumerism
yeah.
as we do here.
Because we have family friends that live in Helsinki,
Mm.
and then when I tell them what I do for a living, their just mind is just blown. They were like, "You do what?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, we have this thing called yard sales where every weekend there's people out selling their used stuff. I buy it and then I sell it
And
again.
then you sell it again for more money. Yeah.
they're, so they all watch. They all watch my video because they're
Oh,
fascinated about what I do. So it's like it's cool for them. But yeah, they said that's not a thing in Finland. I'm like, yeah, it sounds right. Sounds pretty accurate.
I think the only like culture shock I've ever experienced is when I went to Norway for the first time and I realized that they don't do leftovers. Like leftovers aren't a thing at all.
Really?
Yeah, if they don't finish their food, it just gets thrown away.
Wow.
I think that was the most culture shock for me. It was like it, I would make
So
food and there was no Tupperware. I was like, but I want to eat this again tomorrow. Like we don't do that.
so restaurants don't give you like to go
No,
boxes or anything? Whoa.
no. I mean, if it's an American style restaurant and
Uh-huh.
they might have it, but they
That's
don't do
crazy.
takeaway boxes. Yeah.
And you think that's all Scandinavia or just Norway? Or you think
I
it's
don't know if it's just
okay.
Norway or not. I was only in Norway. It was gorgeous.
What
So
we do it in Norway?
I dated a Norwegian man for a couple years.
Ooh. Ooh. Is he Viking? He look like a Viking?
No.
He have a long
Wasn't.
beard and a
No.
very like haircut like mine.
He had a haircut like yours.
Yeah. It's
He
very Viking
didn't.
haircut.
Yeah. He had a shortcut beard, but he was a beanpole.
Blonde
Tall
hair,
and
blue
skinny.
eyes.
Tall and skinny, light hair, light eyes. Yes.
Same. Met
Yeah.
the description. How did you meet a Norwegian boy? I
The
have so many questions
internet?
there. You met him on the internet
Yeah.
when he
We
was in Norway and you were in the States? Wow.
Yeah, no, he was in a streamer that we followed together. We started talking on the back end,
That's
like in
cool.
messages.
So you went all the way out to see him. That's crazy.
Mhm. And then
That's
he came here and
adventurous.
I went there and
That's
he
co-
came here and it just
and it didn't go anywhere. Poor.
well, when
That's
I ended the relationship. So
you broke the Norwegian boy's heart.
I did. I did. He'll
Poor
still
poor
message me every now and again and I'll message on him to check to make sure he's okay. But I mean, it wasn't a reason like there wasn't a negative reason. It was just like I wasn't feeling it anymore. So
it's kind of hard with that distance, So
yeah,
I'm sure it can't be easy. Poor Bjork though, man, broke his
it
heart.
was a Bjork.
He wasn't. That wasn't his name.
His name was not Bjork.
I took a shot. I thought half of Norway's probably named that. So
No.
I'm just kidding. That's the most Scandinavian name I could think of was Bjork. So I don't know I don't know if that's a thing or not. But Norway's on my bucket list. I see
It's
pictures of
gorgeous.
Norway and it just looks spectacular.
It is
I I
breathtakingly beautiful.
I also heard it's very expensive. That it's not cheap to travel there.
Uh, I mean, the first time I went, I got an Airbnb there and I was paying $17 a day
What?
for the
That's normal?
Airbnb. Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I heard. Okay.
Well, I mean,
17
I
a
did.
day.
I mean, that was back in 2016, 2017. Wait, what year is it now? Yeah. So that was back.
Good
So
question.
I don't know if it would be like that now, but I had a bed, a dinette. Like it was one where I got whenever I do Airbnbs, I rent the whole place.
Yeah,
So I
that's how
don't
I do it.
do a room. But yeah, it was $17 a day. And I was there for a week and a half. The expensive thing comes in if you want to eat out every day. Like Americans have a tendency when we're on vacation to eat out every day. So yes, if you're not going to the coop to get food to make your own meals, which is what I was doing, which is why I wanted a whole kitchen, then it's expensive. I think I had maybe one meal there on my way out before I flew out because I missed my flight on the way back. So I had
Oh,
to stay at a
the
hotel.
rest of it you prepped yourself and all that?
Yeah. No, I went to the Coop,
Wow.
which is their grocery store.
The
The
coop.
Coop. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's the Coop or a Joker. Those are their grocery stores. They're really small grocery stores. So imagine like a Trader Joe's. It's kind of that style. Um,
Interesting.
and I would just make food
I'm
most of the
looking
time.
at Oslo right now
Oslo?
for is that how you pronounce it? Oslo?
Oslo? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not that much. Well, it's more, but it's you get a whole house for like $78 now, which
Mhm.
is
And the reason why it's more
way
expensive there,
less than I thought.
yeah, the reason why it's that expensive is because that's the main city. Like 10% of the entire population of Norway lives in Oslo.
Yeah. So this is like you get a whole cottage for $70.
Mhm.
Okay, I did not think it was this cheap. I thought it was like
No,
$400.
and they have a really amazing bus system there as well, so you don't need to rent a car. Also, if they see that you're coming from America, they will not rent you a stick shift, which was annoying.
Oh, so you can get automatic cars too? I didn't know about this either because I can't drive stick.
You
So I
can't
was
drive
always
stick.
scared.
No, okay.
No.
Well, but the first time I went to Norway, I was super excited because I hadn't driven a manual in a very long time since I had my Ford F-150. And so I was excited because I was going to rent a car to have it for the first 10 days because I'd never been to Norway before, so I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't realize that I didn't have to do that the bus system was
Yeah.
awesome. Um, so when I got there, first of all, they didn't want to let me have the car because of
Why?
the fact that because they didn't understand that our licenses renew and expire. So they thought I had only had my license for like a year because the issue date was a year
Yeah.
ago.
Uh-huh.
And so they didn't want to give me the car because they
They're
didn't
like,
think they thought I'd only been driving for a year. And I was like, no, in America is because their driver's license are permanent.
yeah. Hmm.
And it's like $5,000 to get a driver's license. And you have to be able
Oh
to
wow.
drive manual
Yeah, that
in
makes
order to
sense.
get your
Yeah.
license there because of the ice and the 4x4. So you
Yeah.
have to be they have a much more intensive licensing system. And so then when
Probably less accidents, right? With those rules.
I mean they have a population of 5.5 million people versus
Oh,
our
okay.
338 million people.
That
So
probably also helps.
that probably also helps. Yes, there's a lot less people to run into. But so when I had explained to them, because also English wasn't their first language either, so there was that language gap. So once I
Yeah.
finally got them to understand that no, I'd been driving since I was 16. I've not been driving for only a year. They're like, okay. And then they changed my stuff because I was American. Despite the fact I told them I know how to drive manual, they changed my reservation to a completely different vehicle
Oh man.
because they
They,
weren't confident in my ability to
they didn't
drive.
trust you.
They didn't
Dang.
trust that I could drive the car that I had rented.
The
So they
freaking
gave me a
the
different one.
sexist Norwegians over there,
No,
man.
it wasn't sexist. It was they because I was American and most Americans don't know how to drive manual cars.
I guess that's true too. That's it's accurate.
That's really what it is. Like most people don't know how to drive a stick. I bet you leave down in the comments if you know how to drive a stick shift or not.
It's probably very small percent.
Yeah.
I also have no desire to learn how to drive a stick. I'm very happy
That's
with my
totally
automatic.
fine. It's totally
But
fine.
so like I said, I'm going with my parents. We're going to Finland, and my dad drives a stick. But it's a good thing to know that there's automatic cars available because I
Yeah,
had no
no, they
clue
have
that.
automatic cars available
Okay,
because they
uh,
don't expect everybody to have to
yeah,
drive a stick. But
it's good to
yeah.
know. Yeah, but we're also doing the same thing. We're getting Airbnb for like 5 days. We're
Mhm.
getting renting a car, and then the way anytime I vacation with my parents, my mom's the same way as you. Grocery store buys the food, makes the food.
Well, especially if you're standing in Scandinavia.
Yeah,
So I bought a meal for myself, and it was like a glass of wine and like a steak dinner, which would be here roughly like 25-30 bucks, right?
yeah.
It was $110 for myself.
Some Wagyu beef or something? What'd you get?
No, no, it
Just
was
regular.
not. It was just a regular steak, but the eating out there is extremely expensive.
Sheesh, dang. It,
Yeah.
did is that like a cultural thing? The main people there just eat out? Is that why it's so pricey, or did they just take advantage of tourists? Do you think, or that's just
It
how it
wasn't a
goes?
tourist thing. I think it's just like it's a nice thing to go out to eat. Like it's a
Yeah,
nice thing to do that. They also
Like,
have a drinking. Like you're only allowed to drink on the weekends. Well, you're not allowed to, but most people will look at you sideways if you order a drink and it's not Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
wow. Okay. See, Norway's full of interesting things, huh? That's
No, it was fine. I was like, I don't care if they look at me sideways. It's on the menu. I'm ordering it.
yeah, it's interesting.
But he
I know.
explained to me why they were surprised that I
Yeah,
ordered wine.
I know Finland's really big into coffee. It's like a coffee. I'm sure probably all Scandinavia is,
No,
but
it
the
is
people.
not. The
Uh,
coffee in Norway is
uh,
terrible.
oh, okay. So I
It
guess it
was
might be a Finland thing because
awful.
the people that were going to visit, they warned us like, hey, if you guys want coffee, buy it from a store and make it at home because it's very expensive at the coffee shops, and the coffee shops know it and they will price it and people still buy it. So that's what they want.
Really?
Yeah, they came to visit us a couple times in the States, and they were shocked at how cheap our coffee here was. so, so I
Did it
guess
compare to the Finnish coffee?
can you what?
Did it compare to the Finnish coffee? Like, did they understand once they had the American coffee why it was cheaper? Or?
Um, yeah, because I don't know many good coffee shops, or like they like the pour overs and all that stuff, like
Oh, okay.
those things. You take them to a Starbucks and give them a latte, they're like, "What is this crap?" No offense to Starbucks or anything else. I'm drinking a McCafe right now, so I have no room to talk. It was $1.
I mean, that's fair. That's fine. I
This
actually
this much coffee for $1. You can't say no.
I
You,
I
you
do
can't
the
say no.
I did the Panera thing. Their sip club. I pay
Oh,
$14 a month and I don't ever have to do anything for coffee.
and it's unlimited.
It's unlimited. So what I'll do is I wake up, I do my shipping, I go to Panera Bread, pick up my coffee, and then on the way back I drop my packages off because I don't have porch pickup here.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm going to go out
understandable. Yeah,
anyway. So I'll
yeah,
get coffee or whatever.
and it's not like far off your route. It's like right there.
No, it's right there. So
Okay.
like I'm already going out and it's $14. So that is about the same price that it would cost me to make it at
F-
home.
yeah, $14 for like a place like Panera. You get like 4 cups, and you get your month worth, right?
Right, but
Four or
I'm just
five
thinking
cups.
about
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
I were to buy the coffee, like when
yeah,
I did the math, the amount of coffee like I was buying plus the milk and the creamer and the Splenda or whatever,
yeah,
like it was that amount of money. And then the thing is that if I want to go out and have lunch with my mom or whatever, I can just have a drink. Like
yeah.
it's for the whole drink menu.
That's a good deal. I didn't know they had that. You
Yeah.
said Sip Club.
Yes. So this is not sponsored by the way. I just did the math and it made more sense since I
There you
had to
go.
go there every day. Like go that way
So
anyway to
let's
do
say
it.
they reach out to you and want a sponsorship. That you would work with them.
I
Their
would
D&D number
totally
good.
if I don't believe in the product, I'm not going to talk about it and I've already
Yeah.
just talked about it. They're not paying me.
So
It
there we
just
go.
for me as a single person, it was worth it. So you can
No, it
get
makes
one
sense.
drink every
Yeah.
2 hours is how their sip club works.
That
So,
that's fair. I feel
yeah,
like
you can get
if
one
if
drink
you, if
every
you
2
need
hours.
yeah if you need a coffee more frequently than that, then you got some issues going
But
on.
that's not including refills. That's if you want to get a different drink.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
like say you got a cup of coffee, you say I'm getting a
Ne-
cup of coffee and then you bring the same cup back, you can just refill it as many times as you want to. It's just a different drink every
oh,
2 hours.
gotcha. So if you
Yeah.
want like the green tea, you have to wait
Mhm.
2 hours
Mhm.
from one. Oh, that's really good then.
Mhm.
So especially the people that like the college kids that work, they like do all their work in Panera, they can just be there the whole time, all day, and just keep getting drinks and not
Yeah,
have to worry about it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like if you live in an area where there's one right next to you,
yeah,
that would work great. Now, if you were like had a family, that wouldn't work because then you'd have to
yeah,
pay for it for each person. But just a single person, if you live close to it, that's the only reason why I did it is because math made sense to me and the
yeah,
locality made sense because not only is it on my route to do packages, but also there's one across the street from my partner's house.
yeah.
So
And convenience is great too.
yeah.
Like today, I woke up late and I don't really want to get the Keurig going and all that. And I'm like, McDonald's is 1 minute away. Go in the app, pull up, it's already there. Boom, ready to go. it was simple. Convenience. I spent a lot of money on convenience Convenience for me is the biggest thing.
I
I
mean,
do
that
have a I do have a Panera like 7 minutes away, so it's just kind of out of the way. There's nothing else there, so it might
yeah,
not
no.
work for me.
It
Yeah,
won't work for you. I'm just like I said, because and a lot of people have porch pickup, so it wouldn't work for them anyway.
that's
But
what I do.
because of the fact that I can't get it, I tried. They don't come. They don't show up. And then now once the blue box got burglared,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
don't blame
put
him.
the stuff in the blue box anymore. So it's
Yeah,
just like, all right, I got to take it every day because I have sales every day. So
yeah. I'm on my first mail guy said he doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't understand why he didn't want to do it anymore. So I'm on my second mail guy, and second mail guy goes. He says you get a bonus based on how much things you scan. So he was like, I don't understand why he didn't want to do this anymore. When the more packages you scan, the bigger the bonus you get every month.
I
That's
didn't
how
know
that's
that.
it's, yeah. So
Really?
the post office that they are part of, they get more funding based on how much packages their post office scans per whatever.
Oh, that's
So
probably why my dude at the
yeah,
other post office got sad.
because you stop bringing him the stuff.
Because I felt bad because he okay,
Uh,
so there's a post office. The one I go on the way to Panera is a ways away. It's like 10
mhm.
minutes away. But it's a really big post office. So if I have two totes full of stuff, I'm not bringing it to him because he has that little post office all by himself. So
Yeah.
I would felt bad bringing it to him, and I didn't understand why his face changed when I said that to him. He's like, "I haven't seen you in a while." It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going over here because I feel bad.
Oh, you
Do it,
broke the
making you."
guy's heart,
I
baby.
did. I didn't
you
know
were
that that's what
you were
happened.
single-handedly keeping that post office afloat.
Probably. Now I feel bad. Now I'm gonna.
Hey,
Okay.
uh, well, you could go and ask them. They're very like open about talking about it. So
Yeah, I'll
so
ask him.
so yeah, this post office they get funding and then they put the funding into the mail people. So it gets
Well, that's
divided
nice.
based on how many things people scan. So like this guy was very happy when I became on his route now because now he gets all these packages. He scans them all here. Other people don't
Oh,
want to do it
nice.
either, but he's like I get paid per the scan, so he scans every single package that he picks up. So the tracking starts from my porch, which is great.
So you
So
got a
like
good
if
guy.
yeah, uh, I'm trying to. So he's asking a lot of questions about eBay, about how it works. He was like, "How do you have some packages every single day?" So and he's very
Like, no,
intrigued
I
in,
don't want to leave you. I don't want to lose you.
he's that's the fear I have. But he's like, oh, we could just do this. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, I was part-time for a while. I'm like trying to like not make it feel like, hey, you should just quit your job and do this. But like every time, like if sometimes I'm still like packing things when he gets here, so he'd be like, "Hey, what's the best thing you sold?" Like, tell me the best sale, or whatever. Like, what did this go for?
That's
And I'm
nice
like,
though.
yeah, no, he's cool. I like him a lot, and I always have like a cold drink for him because it's freaking hot as anything out here. So
Yeah.
I ask what he likes, and I have he likes Mountain Dew watermelon something. I don't know, like a
Okay.
I don't know. I just have those in the fridge just for him. That's the only thing. I don't. I tried them. I think they taste disgusting, but I have those cans. So whenever he's here, I just give him a can. He's very
Aw,
happy. Yeah,
that's nice
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You're a good person.
Oh, you're a good person too. You step. We're also over the 2 hour mark, so
I'm
we're good.
sorry.
I I,
I
I,
looked at the time and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
we're just gonna
I,
keep talking to each
I
other.
I gotta start paying you overtime if I have you for longer.
You don't pay me at all. You
You-
pay me in friendship.
oh, friendship is valuable, man.
I agree.
I thought you're going for the hustle couple record over here. That's what you're trying to go for.
No, not at
Did
all.
you did you see how long they were?
No, I didn't see how long they were on. I haven't watched
Uh,
every single one of yours.
so if you go to the flip side and you look at the videos, they're all about the 2 hour mark. Some are little like Chris's was shorter because he had better internet. But they all usually around the 2 hour mark. And you go click a hustle couple, it's 2:52, almost 3 hours.
Well, you mean you had twice the number of people to talk to?
Yeah, that's true. And to be honest, I didn't realize we were at that park and there was like 240. I'm like, whoa, we've been talking for almost 3 hours. I had no clue. I try to keep them around the 2 hour mark.
Okay.
Most of
That's
them
your
are
sweet spot.
slow. Yeah, I feel like that's like an average consumer podcast. I think that's enough. People usually listen to it in bursts, though. They usually like half an
Yeah.
hour here and they do something like that. But usually 2 hour mark is good. So anyways, before I shut you down, promote yourself a little bit. Tell the people
I don't.
where they
I'm
can
not good
find
at
you.
that. I'm not good at
Tell the people about the greatness that is Bob Buys.
I mean, you just said it. So this is my name. That's a 0. It's
Yes,
one word.
there you
And I
go.
buy and sell. I'm full time. This is how I pay my bills, and I sell everything except electronics because I don't want to deal with them. The big
And
bulky electronics.
and you have a video every other day, or how does that work? How does the
I
schedule
I,
work?
I upload. That is what I used to do every odd day, and I need to change that on my thing. It's just
Yeah,
I
I
upload
was gonna ask about that. What does that mean every odd day? Just whatever.
every odd day. So 1, 3, 5.
But what is a one? Is a Sunday a one? Is a Monday a one?
It doesn't matter. It's whatever day of
Okay.
the week. Before it was every day of the week that was odd is when I would upload. So if you had 31 days in a month, right? I would
Oh,
upload on
that's
the
what you mean
first.
by calendar. That
Yes.
makes sense. I was like, there's 7 days in the week. 4 of them are odd, but which ones are the odd ones? but calendar makes way more sense.
That's not really my schedule anymore. I just kind of upload when I can upload because
Okay.
I realized I wasn't following that and also was also trying to do more content. So I upload. I'm just going to change it to that to where it says I upload and not even worry about that
I
anymore.
need to
But
change mine. Mine says new video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's only Monday and Thursday. So I gotta
well,
change
I
mine
mean, you got
to
to go to the other channel for Wednesday and Friday, right?
yeah. Well, it used to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday before I moved. Now it's
Yeah.
Monday and Thursday for here. So I gotta change mine too.
Yeah.
So
I need to change.
we both need updates to our banners.
Yeah,
But
no, I
yeah,
upload. Sometimes I upload every day. Sometimes that stops, and then it's a couple days, and then I start uploading again.
I would say it's at least you get usually at least 2 to 4 videos a week out of you. I would
Yeah,
say
3 to 4
at
videos
least
a
yeah.
week is normal, and then sometimes there's more, and sometimes there's less if I have a episode.
And
But
it's all good haul videos, good what sold videos,
I sell a lot of
good
stuff.
shaking
I
at a whoa. Did you
what
hear
was
it?
that?
My headphone is connected.
Yeah, I do a lot of vintage breakables and clothing and books. That's that. Are you all right?
It doesn't connect to my headphone. Hold on.
Is a ghost whispering sweet nothings into your ear?
I hear you on the computer, but not in here. It's very annoying. Come on, phone, do it. It's still not doing it. Hold on, let me make you quieter so it does you can't hear on the mic. I say something now.
Something now.
Do you hear yourself coming back?
I don't know.
Okay, you're still on the monitor, but it's quieter. So hopefully there's
Okay.
no reverb.
So I buy and sell stuff, and I just don't do large electronics. I don't do garage sales, so that's his
Not
main
yet.
thing. No,
Wait till
no.
you get that camera.
But that's not going to help
Okay.
the social anxiety dealing with the people. It'll just make it so I film more when I'm at the thrift store
Oh, okay.
and at state sales. Because the problem is that our state sales here are normally very crowded, and like there's smaller mid-century homes that I'm going into. So if there's like 3 people in the room, there's so much stuff in it that I can't
Yeah. No, that's
have a
understandable.
camera out to. So that's
That's
really
why
why I
you're
wanted.
always in the closet because there's nobody in there. You're just always digging through the closet.
Actually, for real, yes. Also, that's where the money is too. Is because
Hmm.
people don't value clothes. And so like I mean, I pulled 400 vintage pieces, like vintage Pendleton suits out of one estate sale for $100. So I was paying like a
Doesn't
quarter a
yeah.
piece per piece of clothing.
Well, I started doing a lot more now
Good.
after watching your stuff. I'm like, oh, closet, estate sale, closet, especially Florida closets. You
Yes.
think about the clothes that's here. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just make sense. I got a bunch that I listed the other days, like new with tags, vintage, old stuff.
Yeah. That
Like
happens a lot too because they'll buy because again we live in a very consumerist society, so they'll buy stuff and it'll just sit in their closet. And you get a
I
lot of
got
really cool
like
dead stock stuff.
vintage like one piece swimsuit and
Mhm.
other stuff like that. It's pretty cool. That's I gotta get more into it here since it's everywhere.
But you hate
Yeah,
clothes. You
I
hate
know.
clothes.
I hate clothes. I listed a fur coat today before going live with you.
I,
Uh,
I don't like
a
fur.
dyed fox fur mink coat made in Finland. Shout out to
Ooh.
Finland.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where is this swimsuit?
What'd you list it for?
Like 300. I don't know if that's
Nice.
accurate or not.
Well,
We'll see. Let's see what it sells for.
that's nice though.
Here's the vintage one piece. Look at the sexiness. Look at that.
Oh, that's cute though.
Little floral. What is it? What is it? Cinch waist? Is that the accurate definition of that?
Mhm.
See, I'm learning key terms here. But yeah, new with tags. Oh. Used to be $60.
Ooh.
Somebody's paid $60 for this at Beals.
Is that 80s or 90s?
I'm guessing 90s.
Was it made in
Says
the
a
USA or not?
something I should know, right?
Well, I mean, you list so much stuff, dude. You just go
I,
through it.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. All I
That's
did
all
was
right.
I did the stretch test to make sure it wasn't like dry rot.
Yeah, that's something you
So
definitely got to do with the elastic, the crunchy elastic.
yeah,
I
and it
still
was
think
good.
about those pants I left at the bins. I think
The-
about it at least once a week. I should have picked them up. I could have changed the elastic in them. I'm so upset.
well, this is why I gotta have you back on. There's so much I can still talk to you about. You're
Oh.
one of those like I'm gonna sew a button. I'm gonna fix this. I'm
Mhm,
gonna repair this. I'm
mhm.
gonna change the elastic. Like who even thinks
I
about
still
that?
think about that because those pants were so cool, and I knew they were gonna end up in the landfill, and it was just all I had to
Yeah,
do was do a seam rip and put new elastic in, and it would have been fine. But I was like, "I don't wanna deal with this project."
that would take me like a year.
No, that I mean, honestly, that would have taken a trip to Joann's, maybe $4 for a new elastic band, and probably 15 minutes.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
so
For me, because
you're a
I know how to
professional sewer.
sew. No, I'm not a professional sewer. I have a
What
lot
about
I need
what
still
what
need to
about
learn.
for me with my crazy hands over here? How long would that take?
Oh. Do you
These
bite your nails?
no, should I?
You just keep them real short?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the feeling of long nails. It just feels weird.
Okay.
When I'm touching things and like I feel it with my nails first and with my fingers, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, no, honestly, like the one thing that I'm saddest about is that I don't have like I'm not uploading on my sewing channel because that's something I would really love to be able to devote more time to, but I have to spend all my time listing stuff. So I don't have time to do that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, I remember when we did our challenge, you were like, Paul is just taking pictures. I'm sewing buttons on everything.
No, I was sewing a whole dress back together. I had to sew that whole dress, like the whole side was
Yeah.
the whole split was gone, the sleeve was
Yes.
hanging off of it. But it was
Hey,
like, I need to do this, and this is the only way I'm gonna get to do it. And I was
yes, yeah.
actually really surprised at how many people liked watching me sew the
I,
dress back
I,
together.
I, I respected that so much. I was like, yeah, see, like mine is like if this is why me and you different. Like if I see something like that, I'm like, yep, I'm not picking it up. But you have the whole like for
It's a
you, it being
sustainability thing.
saved from landfill is way more important than the profit you make on it, right? That's
Yeah.
top
Like, don't
priority
get me
for you.
wrong, the
So
profit is nice, but a lot of this is also like there's a reason why this stuff is valuable, and it's because it has gotten a hole in it or a button fell off. And
yeah,
even if that's what blows my mind is when I get a shirt and it's missing one of the buttons and it still has the extra button attached inside that someone could have just sewn the button back on and they didn't have to donate it.
it's hard to do, man.
I know, but that's I
We're
guess
not
that's
we're not all master sewers over here.
but again, YouTube, you could YouTube how to sew a button back on.
You could,
You
but then
could.
I have
But
to get a needle with these huge hands and try to figure out how to get it in the little. Yeah, it's not.
I feel like if we lived next to each other, at some point you would just bring me a pile of stuff.
Oh, not at some point. That would be every day.
Be like, hey, I picked this up and didn't notice. Can you fix this for me?
That would be every day. Like, hey, here's your coffee, and then here's a project.
Yeah, no, I really like it, and yeah, you could talk to me. We're again getting closer to that 3 hour mark. I feel like you're doing it now just so I can get there with the hustle couple. But
No,
yeah, you can have
no,
me back on anytime, dude.
no. We'll definitely have. This is the beautiful part about this is I can have multiple people come in and back and forth. So yeah, we'll
Okay.
definitely have you back. And don't get too comfortable over here. You'll definitely be back. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her YouTube. It'll be down below. Any vintage questions? Are you okay with answering them on your Instagram?
Oh yeah, no, send me a message. I'm more than
I'll,
happy to find it
I'll
out.
post your IG. I'll post her threads.
I don't post my
I'm
threads.
not
I'm not gonna
posting the
look at that.
threads.
Yeah, but you can definitely hit me up on IG. If I don't get back to you right away, it's just because I have to approve you talking to me. That sounds.
If she doesn't get back to you right away, message me and I yell at her. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, that's what. Well, no, it's just because I'm a woman on the internet, so I get sent
Yeah.
untoward things, so I have to approve or
Oh,
disapprove
that's
them.
very understandable. It's
So
very
if I don't
understandable.
get back to you right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just probably because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm sorry. But I will get there.
Yeah.
And just message Paul, and he'll bother me.
Yeah. Please don't do that either. Anything else you guys say to the people? Just go follow Moxie on Instagram as well.
Moxie doesn't have her own Instagram.
She should.
No, I can barely keep up with my 3 that I have. I don't need any more.
Somebody make a Moxie Instagram channel out there.
No,
And just
don't
take
do that.
screenshots.
Please don't. Please don't. I feel
I
like
was
it's
thinking
like
about
we're
doing
going
one
back to
from.
the feet thing at that point. Moxie appears at this timestamp. Oh,
I
God,
was thinking about
please
doing
don't.
one for my dog, and I'm like, nah, it's just too much work.
She's so pretty, though.
She is pretty. I used to have one. She still has one, but it's only her her puppy pictures back in the day. But even with that, it was crazy. Like, I think I only had like 50 posts or something, and I had people reach out every single day. Hey, can you promote this dog food? This all this stuff. They were on. They were trying to use my dog like crazy. I was like, no, my dog's not doing that for you. Get away from it.
Sasha's too good
Anyways,
for that.
we gotta end this, or we're gonna talk for like 5 hours.
Bye.